Whew. Man, it's early as hell. Hold on one second. Get this all switched up.
Good
Man, it's
morning, good
early as
morning,
hell.
good morning.
Good morning.
Sorry, I just had a buddy like literally message me about fixing the truck. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, like as soon as we were going live, I'm like, I gotta at least say hey.
Oh
So
well, shoot. Yeah. Yeah. Get that truck fixed, bro.
yep, I'm gonna fix his son's laptop. So
Oh, cool.
there's like a double effect or whatever. But I've been being sick and everything. Good morning, y'all. It's CJ and Trey, 9 to nooner. Too bad it couldn't be sooner.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
running a little late, but not bad.
Dude, I didn't even. I was up doing a. I was up do. I know. I heard Beach Bell. Yes. Speaking of, I was up late. I got done doing the show last night, and after I got done, I got this message with this link about this counterclaim. So I don't know if you've paid attention or not, or even know. Um, some of the protesters in Myrtle Beach for the Micah Miller case are getting sued from J.P. Miller, defamation, for loss of business, stuff like that. So,
But for protesting, right? Technically.
well, yeah, this it's. I mean, I hate to say I called it, but I called it last summer.
So, oh yeah, I remember everybody talking or you talking about it specifically. But the problem is, you can almost sue anybody for anything if you get the right lawyer. It doesn't mean
Right,
you're going to
right,
win. You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah,
But if you people can be, I'm not saying anybody, these people, but anybody can take a shot at you and drag you out through the court system and cost you a little bit of money. It doesn't mean they're going to win, but
well, here's the thing that Mister doesn't know. A certain somebody has a lot of documentation, footage
of
of
every
proof, right? Remember when I was telling everybody, I was like, hey, I'm not just here to support these protesters. I'm here to document
document it.
the truth on both sides, right? Guess what? I have all documented proof that Sam did not do what he was being accused of. And I sent some raw footage over to a brother.
See, here's what people don't understand. If you're documenting it, that's awesome because that saves you, saves other people, and you never know when it comes in handy. So
Yeah, just like now, uh, it was because nobody knows this, but I don't even know if that protest live is up. So,
I caught a couple of them from you, but I don't know which ones are like I haven't looked.
Sam had only came out there. He came out there one time. It was all documented. I have it before he showed up. Like I said, mine are recorded from the beginning to the end. I show up early and I stay. I'm the last one to go because I wanted to make sure that all those protesters were protected for the, when it comes
Yeah,
to the
when
truth, right?
he said, she said, they did this or didn't
Right.
do this. That way you
People
got it.
want to people want to sit there and make up stuff about me being there early, about me being there late, but really it was about making sure because listen, I could have you can have there was plenty of people there that were taking video,
Right.
but they all started taking video after he started speaking. Me,
Oh, before
my
yeah.
video is rolling from the beginning all the way to the end.
That
And
way there's
so I got the proof of him not being there, coming from behind, walking in front of the camera, and I got his speech on my camera. It was, and nobody knows this because I actually made a highlight of his speech because I was like, holy hell, didn't even know him at the time. I was like, holy hell, this guy's speech is so inspirational. I need to make a video out of it. As soon as I put the video up, he reached out to me. He said, hey, bro, can you do me a favor? I'm already getting some papers being mailed to me from a particular individual.
Right.
Can you do me a favor? Can you take that down until everything is cool? And I said, no problem. I took it down right.
But you got it.
I took it down right away.
See, and then nothing's out of context. You got the full thing.
Yeah, I took
You
it
know-
down right away.
Everything that transpired before, during, and after.
Yeah. And so I knew this stuff was gonna happen because he had reached out to me maybe a month ago and said, hey bro, can you do me a favor? Do you have any footage that you can give me to show that I wasn't doing what I was being accused of? I said, damn straight, brother.
Yeah, then you get 100%, man. He's
I-
lucky. He's
I
lucky
put
as heck
everything
that you were there. They're lucky that you were there.
because he's being accused of a whole bunch of stuff,
Yeah.
and right there is the absolute raw video proof truth of what was said, what wasn't said, who was saying what, who wasn't saying what. And because you hear in that video clip, when you have that, or when you hear the video clip that I put out, that's why I didn't get any sleep. That's the beginning of my story. I didn't get any sleep because as soon as I got done with the show, I saw that article video, and I was like, I need to make a video about not only Jackie, little memorial clip in the very beginning, but also for Sam to have people like, come on, man, we need to lift these people up here, you know. And so it was nice to hear, because in that video the news lady is saying that he is accusing Sam of doing all these things, but he doesn't have anything to show for it.
Right.
Sam has that raw video, bro. And what can you prove and show the truth of more than a raw freaking video, man? Showing you what you said, what you didn't say, what you did, and what you didn't do.
I'm not a lawyer, don't know anything about the court system, but couldn't that open up like a counter?
That's what he's doing.
There we
That's
go.
what he's doing.
That's
Yeah.
what I would do. That's almost
So
I don't know
Regina Ward.
the lines about defamation, but like if someone is suing you based off of something that you clearly didn't do, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. I'm not a lawyer, but dude, if it was, they're lucky that you were there and you got the footage, because it's easy to say, yo, on this date, such and such did this, and then you got to think about it, and it's like, well, I didn't do that, and then you don't have any proof that you didn't do it. So a video is better than, especially with audio and video, it's better than anything.
And the beautiful thing is I got it in 5.3K too, so it's clear as
So
hell.
you got the full.
It's clear as hell. It took forever to send to him. It
Oh,
took forever
yeah.
to send to him because it was like, I'm trying to think how many gigs that it was. Just I sent him like a 5-minute clip or something, 6-minute clip, and plus I have all the other stuff. I think I sent another one too. Yeah, it was like 8 gigs for just that 5 or 6-minute video clip.
Takes up a lot of storage.
But no, I that's why I was, that's why I was saying, like, there was so many people that were like, oh, he's there because he's getting a paycheck from JP. I mean, I wish, come on, I could go to another community and help. Sure.
Right.
But no, it was because I knew I wasn't just there to support. I was there to also, document. And I know there's a reason that I'm out there doing what I'm doing, is because I'm very aware, because if you're not aware doing what we're doing, you're gonna get bit real damn quick.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to be so aware that you have to almost predict the future in a way, right? You really have to almost predict the future. This could happen, this could happen, this could happen. If this happens, well, then I need to make sure. You always have to pre-plan everything because you never want to make decisions in the moment, because if you make decisions in the moment, that's when you get bit too.
They come back to bite you every time, man.
Yeah, you
There's
almost
usually
have to play it out in your head. um But he got Regina Ward. Regina Ward is his lawyer that's filing the counterclaim. So at least he's got her to be able to help him out. Now there's some other protesters that are also having lawsuits filed. Um, I kind of knew it in the summer. It's kind of why I think it was like July, I was reaching, asking some kind of lawyer in South Carolina to kind of give him a hand, just because I already knew what he was going to do. It's uh,
I understand.
I'm going to pretend to move out. They didn't move out the piano. They moved out the desks and the chairs and stuff like that, but they never moved out the piano. And it was one of these things where it's like, yeah, he's going to be back. And it was that.
Is it a big piano?
Like
a real piano?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The dude is like that's what he used to do at Crocodile Rocks, is he would go to the bar and play the piano. He'd be going to other churches jamming on the piano. He's a very talented piano player, dude. If you very talented. I mean, crazy talented with the piano. But it was like I'm gonna put it up for sale, but it's gonna be like some kind of shady,
Yeah,
sneaky sale kind of thing. It's, you still have it, but I'm pretending like I lost my business because of the protests. Yeah, so it's part of that's what the lawsuits are all about. Is basically defamation and slander and loss of business, basically saying that they ruined his business or whatever because the protest or whatever. But it's like, bro, you already got raided by the FBI, man.
Yeah, it's a combo, man. And not only was it broadcasted, the news had it, you had it, combo, and other people had it. So I mean, if you're doing weird acts and you take shots at other people, like, I mean, in my eyes, that certain people do things to themselves, right? Like as far as the limelight.
Yeah, you do bad shit, bad things happen to you. Yeah. It's, I mean, when the FBI raids your house, dude,
It don't look good either way.
I wouldn't be selling shit. I wouldn't be selling shit, bro. Everybody just stay put.
Yeah, don't move.
don't be buying shit. Don't be selling shit. Like, stay. Like, oh my gosh, I don't know, man. This
You be racking up charges. The feds have like a 95% conviction rate.
Yeah,
they don't come after you unless they know they're gonna win it, but win at what they do. But anyway,
and that's why I'm telling people, like, they're like, why is he not in cuffs yet? And
that don't mean nothing. The wheels of justice move pretty slow, man. But once they catch up to you, it's heavy hitters.
It's from the beginning. From the beginning, I had to explain to a lot of people, like, because there's a lot, and God bless them. I understand their passion. And
you want
their mission. I get it. But when you dig into these cases and how stuff not only plays out when it comes to the crimes and how they're normally committed and this, but you also know the legality stuff afterwards, or the process and how long the process could take. When you're talking about paper trails, you're talking about all the different connections, all the place, that's I mean, hell, all the stuff he was buying, you know? I mean, look at that. Who has a DeLorean, bro?
That's wild.
Right? With the freaking almanac from the TV show sitting in the damn seat. The almanac with it, bro.
Where's that? Never mind. I was like, where's that money come from?
Come on, right? And then you watch some of the old services and you got Duplantis, Jesse, mafia guy and shit. So you hear about, dude, like think about all this, hell, the 911 call that had the trafficking stuff in it. You're okay, listen, when you're talking trafficking, when you're talking sex crimes, when you're talking money, probably laundering, obviously going on. There was a lot of different businesses, cash payments.
Yeah, you gotta
all
have
these different things, dude. There's a lot of freaking connections they gotta investigate. And then also when they are investigating the one individual, a lot of those times it opens up other investigations that they have to start working on and dedicate people. It can really take a while, but that's right. There's a reason why they have that conviction rate.
Once they open up that door, they don't just do it like Pandora's box. They're not just going down that avenue, spending taxpayers' money and hard work for years. Sometimes, plenty of years. They're going to get that conviction. That's just how. I mean, that's how it works. And if I'm innocent, I'm not taking the deal, then you're going to do a lot more time than you took the deal. So.
Oh yeah,
people will say all that. Like, even people that are innocent, right? Most of them take the deal. It's just how it is. But there's a thing of 20% of trafficking was due to. This is only being streamed to your one channel, right?
Lounge, yeah.
Okay,
you can
it's
say whatever.
It's on my other one.
You can say whatever.
Yeah, 20% of the trafficking, which we in avenues as far as like missing persons cases, kids, family members, grandma, grandpa. 20% of that has been linked to the border being opened. And if you facilitate in any way, if you're a person that uses trafficking as a service to get your whatever off, you are part of the problem. But to facilitate a transaction is what I'm saying.
Speaking of freaking open borders, isn't that shit getting shut down real quick?
It is, bro. It is. I'm so happy.
You see all that ice shit popping off?
Even that's what let me bring it up, because in my head
I was like, whoa,
that 20% number, I could never find the statistic on it, and someone spoke on it this morning, and I was like, okay, I already knew that, but I couldn't find the facts, and I was like, 20%. What? I
put the breaking news thing up for you.
Oh, breaking news.
I'm pointing at you for the breaking news.
I kept saying, like, human trafficking is a real thing, and people were pretty much dismissed.
Yeah, it is.
Every time I say that, most people don't say jack back, no comments or nothing, or like say that is true. It usually goes nowhere. And I was like, there's got to be a bigger picture when we're looking for this missing people. I was like, okay, besides the accidents, besides the spousal issues, why are like certain individuals, I hate to say it like this, but I deal with a lot of homeless people, right? None of them ever go missing. Most of them never go missing. Like most of the homeless people I interact with don't go missing, but certain females, certain males, certain types of people that, might have, as far as the human trafficking part, it's a business for criminal organizations, right? So they look at people as product. What do people want? So typically those are the type of people that are going missing. And it sucks whenever we're out there looking for
cards.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Trading cards. It's just a transaction. And that's what I was getting.
Different values, different faces on them,
And then it's like everybody's setting up shop, and then people would disappear. So if you are part of that transaction, whether you're paying for a service, you're part of the problem. It's a big cycle, and it's a money maker. So that money has to go somewhere, right? It has to trickle into legit businesses. So like I said, like to go back to the feds, anyway, that web that they've opened up, because I'm sure they're going to find more and more information. So you'll have more and more people come to play as far as their investigation, and you may not know anything about it very soon. They're just going to coordinate all that and then follow the money and see who's involved.
Oh, it takes a long time. Did you hear that Chris Hansen is going to be joining the Department of Human Services for the government, and not only busting illegal, but also the dephilia, I'm gonna say, instead of the other word.
I seen something about
like a thing combo
on Yahoo. I had a picture of him and then a dude in handcuffs, I think.
Yeah,
but I didn't click on it. I didn't get the context.
There was something on Twitter. I can't remember. I don't know if I retweeted it or not, but there was something on Twitter that showed some of the videos that Chris Hansen, or some of the stuff that Chris Hansen is already doing.
He's already
there's shit's starting to get cracked down. Yeah, Chris Hansen, he's already at it. Yeah, he was. It showed a couple. They were like, one dude had two of them, because there was a video with three they showed 3 busts or something. One dude, what the fuck, man? One guy came through there's 3. It was a 8-minute video, and they showed 3 different busts. Okay. 2 of them had been deported like multiple freaking times and were able to sneak back in every time.
Just get right back in
and keep abusing. They were looking for like teenage girls, like 13-year-old girls and shit, meeting them at their, what Chris Hansen bus, right? But this dude literally walks in, and as soon as he shuts the door, because when the Chris Hansen bus go on, they hey, they got the decoy or whatever. Hey, I'll be right back, and then they leave the room.
And then he pops up.
Dude, as soon as the door was shut and she walked away, the dude just automatically went naked, man. Like, took his shirt off, his pants off, his socks,
boom,
and
boom.
was and Chris Hansen's like, dude, like, this is one of the only times that this is ever like, what?
Yeah, but that just goes to show, man, like, not their first rodeo, right?
Frickin', it's to think of, and to think of the other potential victims that could have been already, man. Not just children, but other people too, because who knows? If you're able and capable to do something like that, you can't put nothing past you.
And those are the ones that got caught, not the ones that are out there,
right?
Really, that you have no idea. That's what
they get caught for one, and there's another 5 or 10 that they didn't get caught for.
Yeah, it was a combo.
It's crazy though.
Different world, man. Dude, there was I usually stop at the gas station sometimes before I go to work. Different ones. It was snowing out. Anyway, this gas station doesn't have gas. There was like 2 girls that were probably like at least under 10. I don't know.
What? A gas station doesn't have gas?
Yeah, they've had like weird issues, but it's like a convenience store. There's like 2
weird issues. How does the gas? We'll get to the girls in a second. I'm wondering how does
this happened like 3 months ago, I think, probably longer than that.
What happened? Oh shit!
I went to get gas, and like some of the pumps were working, and other ones weren't, and then they had turned their sign back on like maybe a week later, but they weren't selling gas, and none of the pumps are in service. If that makes any sense? Yeah, like all the gas handles have the yellow thing on them, and if you do try to use it, it'll like charge your card. You put it in your car, and it just nothing comes out. So like,
wow. So they were trying to make it off Kit Kat.
Like advertising they got gas, but they don't. So they get you. They get you to pull up.
No way.
Go inside. And then like one of them had the yellow thing off, and a lady got out. I watched her because I was like, this place don't have no gas. I was like, maybe they fixed it. And then she's like puts it in the car, and it ain't even pumping. And she's sitting there, and I'm like, as she gets back out, hangs it up, and drives off. And I was like, yeah, it didn't pump anything. So like, I don't know if it's their pumps or What? But they have no fuel. That's why I was like, why is the sign back on? But they have no fuel. You can't buy fuel there. But it was pretty cold out, and I went inside. There's like two younger girls. Like I'm getting to that age where I can't tell how old people are. I swear they're probably like 8, 10, if that. Cold as hell. It is at least 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. No parents around, nobody. And I'm like, I wonder, like, in the back of my head, I see people go missing all the time, right? As far as like the statistics and the news articles, the ones you don't hear about. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I hope they didn't have far to go. And then I'm like, where are the parents at? But then I think about when I grew up, dude, me and my cousin Ronnie and my brother, and we'd be running around town at 10 o'clock at night on our bicycles. But I don't want to say that was a different time if we were just mean little kids. Like, ain't nobody ever tried to mess with us or pick us up. But
well, you got lucky.
It was
lucky, man.
Well, we were also like, I want to say we had weapons, but we're just different little kids. Like, our uncles and stuff taught us, like, anybody comes up to mess with you, I don't care if you bite, kick, gouge their eyes out to get away from them. And like, we used to like wrestle as kids. I don't know. I just feel like we were better prepared, and I don't know. It's a different world, man.
It is a different world. There's more technology, so they're able to get away with shit better. But man, I'm sure there was a lot of kids that got kidnapped that
I remember
felt like a superhero, bro. Like, I mean, even me, like, I would. You're gonna have to put up something, but man,
yeah,
these people,
it's different time.
Yeah,
I don't think people were more.
I grew up with the milk carton shit. That Jacob Wetterling. Anybody remember Jacob Wetterling? No,
I remember a kid. Like, if someone did,
you grew up in the Midwest area in the the center section of the US, right?
We would come home. No, I grew up in the Midwest, in between,
because it was all over.
Between Kansas City, Missouri, Southern Illinois, and Western Kentucky, like just kind of hopping back and forth.
Dude,
but our parents, we had the box too, man. So if something like that did go on, we'd get off of the bus, and all of a sudden, like, everybody's parents would be there. They'd be like, "Get in the car," and then we'd be like in the house, and we'd be like, call our friends, be like, "Hey, is your mom freaking out?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, somebody got this happened," and we'd be like, they wouldn't tell us anything about it. They'd be like, "You can't go outside for 3 days," and we'd be sneaking out and stuff. So like it was going on. We knew something was going on, but we didn't know the names. We didn't have it. This is before internet, dude. Like, it's not like we could do a search.
No, it was there's kids getting kidnapped left and right.
Yeah, there was.
That's why Mama wanted you to be home before the lights, the street lights were off.
Man,
that's when that started. You like, get home before the street lights turned on, because man, it was all over the place. Yeah, Jeb. Oh, look at that, Jacob Wetterling happened. Yeah,
I feel like I know his name.
That's the one case that I was like, holy hell, he was just riding his bike, and he had 3 or 4 friends with him.
Man, you can't hear music on my end, can you?
I don't know.
Because the roofers next door jamming to music.
No.
All right, good.
No.
They're jamming, dude. It's so loud.
No. But no, I just remember, like, because he had like 3 his brother and a friend. Yeah, he had friends with him, dude, and he was the one that got kidnapped, and they got scared, and yeah, man. Didn't they find Jacob Wetterling's remains recently or something? There was some update, because what year did that happen?
1989.
1989, and I think they just recently, within 5 years, didn't they have like an update?
I'm looking.
I could have swore there was something.
Ah, man. Discovered September 1st, 2016.
There we go.
In Minnesota.
9 years. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's with the Midwest. I mean, it was all over the place. That's where the network started. It it started in the core of the United States and then started branching outward. And all of the Midwestern states were, not that there weren't kidnappings going all over the country, but there was a lot of them that were taking place in the middle of the country. Why? Small towns, middle of nowhere, quick
Yeah, no one bet.
access to large towns, flat land, you can travel fast,
Hard to investigate things back then too, or
small
link it together.
towns, trusting, don't lock the, yeah,
Yeah, my
rural
aunt and uncle,
area.
my aunt and uncle kept their doors open until like 2015,
Wow.
wide open.
Forget that, dude.
I mean, you got to go through cameras, a
Unless
gate,
they want a slug.
a gateway, and a couple pit bulls.
Go ahead and walk in. Kaboom. Fuck.
That's sad. I mean, it's
It's-
been going on. I guess people have been
You know
going
what?
missing since anyway, forever.
Since forever, since before Jesus was born. All of that shit's been happening. Even all of the stuff we've talked about, besides the lawsuits, those didn't happen back then. But any of the stuff we've talked about, that stuff was happening. No, look at all the Egyptian stories and stuff, and yeah, it just more people.
It's a never-ending sadness, man.
Nope. Population's just going to continue to get bigger, and these people are going to get made even more, but that's why it's up to everybody to try and stick together, the ones that are about the real shit, and stick together and try and do everything we can, because we're outnumbered by these people. That's the horrible thing about it. There's not too many good people out there. We're outnumbered by all these nasty souls. But
wood chipper.
I want to go back to this no gas thing, man, because
no gas.
Did you find out why they get in trouble? Were they not doing their taxes right when it comes to the gas tax with the state? Because there's when you're talking gas stations, there's a lot of foolery that can take place in gas stations, man.
We need to open up a gas station.
When it comes to money.
Oh, there's some people that. Anyway,
dude,
that's a rabbit hole.
There's a lot of shaving going on in the gas company business. Okay, let's just put it that way. Is that the reason why they couldn't sell gas no more, man?
They're not selling it to this day.
What? How long's it been?
I'm trying to think. I was out of gas. This is how I know. So I was driving and I was like, I'll just stop here. It's right off the side of the road. And it's a big gas station. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They got 8 pumps, probably 2 diesel pumps in the middle of the 4 or the 8. And it's a corporate chain. I'm not going to name the chain, but it is odd that they don't have it back up and going, because they should have the money. But it's not one of those fly-by-night gas stations, because there are some people that can open up a gas station, not pay taxes for 5 years, and leave. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's a corporate gas station, so not unless their tanks are messed up. Like, as far as like, if that was the case, though, their pumps would be off. Like, they still have power. There's still power to the pump. There's still the price on the pump, everything.
How long's it been though? Because if it's a corporate chain, I'm surprised they haven't fixed their. Because dude, you're losing money like crazy.
And the gas station is in the middle of town.
When you're trying to make it
compared to the other gas stations,
off of chips, bottled water, and
oh man, they sell so much stuff.
$1.50 hot dogs. What they sell, like what food and
food, hot dog steaks.
Can you give me an idea? Don't say the name of the corporate, but
I won't say the corporate. It's Red and White.
Red and White.
Yeah, they got a K, a big K. With a circle. I just said it. But they have this machine. You can go in.
I was
You
gonna
get-
say come and go, but
Sure,
no,
come and go.
it's the
Yeah.
K with the circle. I
Yeah.
know what you're talking about.
They have a high tech machine that's better than Wally World
Well,
or Target.
I
You can go in
mean,
with your chips, a candy bar, a soda,
yeah,
your
yeah,
and you set it on the thing, and it'll go
yeah,
beep 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 beep, and it'll say
yeah,
exactly what you got. You don't even have to scan it. Like
yeah,
all
yeah,
that works, but something
yeah.
is up with their pumps. They got no
The
gas. Ain't got no
the
gas in it.
yeah, there's a reason why. Does anybody remember Dairy Mart?
Dairy Dairy Mart. I know a Farm Fresh.
Yep.
No Farm
Dairy
Fresh.
Mart.
Dairy
No,
Mart.
Dairy Mart. Yeah, it used to be Circle K. That so or K with the circle. Shit.
Yeah. Lawsuits.
It it used to be.
Okay.
I won't say it. I'll just put that up. There we go. Yeah, I can. When you mention that name, I can see why they didn't replace their or fix their pumps because they're kind of
It's weird because
they got good deals on the hot dogs and the chips
you
and the Polar.
a lot of twofers.
They got good deals. So I get it now. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, they're going there for the foods and stuff like that. But how long's it been though without gas, man? Because
Trying to think.
they got to be losing money.
I think they had an issue before that, probably over the summertime, but it was probably like a week. It probably didn't last that long. And then something when it was cold as heck out, maybe like 3 months when it started getting colder. Probably 3
Whoa.
months.
Oh,
That's a rough estimate. But when it got cold, they had an issue, and it's never. They don't. You can't get gas unless.
oh, it's still frozen then.
I
Because
bet
there's
moisture got in there. I don't know. Something weird.
yeah, but well,
If it's an EPA thing, they usually come in and like the pumps would just be off. But they ain't pumping. I say all this, I'm gonna drive by there and they're gonna be pumping gas.
who knows? Maybe maybe the shit just froze up and broke.
Could be.
But you would think that they would be busting up the
Or concrete. They usually and to do the pump or the
yeah.
containers for the storage.
We had attempted in the little ladder a car break. What Beach Bell? Retype that. I don't retype that. We had an attempted break in and little later a car. Oh, hold on a minute. And a little. So we added the 24. Holy hell!
Whoa.
We had them over the weekend and that. What the hell? Hold on a second. What?
You're good, man. I can't see the comments.
What the hell is going on? You can't?
It never like plays in the thing. I have to have it like on this and bright a sec where I can't see anything.
Oh, switch you got it on dark mode, right?
I do. I put it on dark mode, but it never puts on dark mode.
Go into your settings now. Go to general and then all the way down at the bottom under the check marks. There's
General?
yeah, go to general and then scroll all the way down. So under all the check marks, see the appearance part.
Like I got our panel pulled up, but like, man, that's so bright.
You got settings? No, just go to your settings for your person. For your
All I have is I have the camera settings and audio settings.
no, go to general. You don't have general?
Not at the bottom. I have mute, stop cam, settings, present, leave studio, have issues, edit. Yeah, that's for the stream. And then the channel. Yeah, that ain't it.
Yeah, there's
Because it
Under
never
under the general, there's like a
edit.
here, let me
Edit audio avatar, edit name and headline. That's so weird. Remove from stage. I don't have 'Cause I always say, like, if I open up StreamYard, it'll have my default settings or whatever, but whenever I go in, that's a studio.
That's
I go
weird.
my
It's got,
account.
for some reason, we're not streaming, and it's got me streaming in 720p today for some
Same.
reason. I don't know why.
Whenever I looked at the thing for my webcam, it was 720p.
Yeah.
I remember you saying that.
Well, that's for the video games. This should have been streaming in 1080p. Because I did my show in 1080p.
Yeah, it's weird. I got
Oh.
like I'm in dark mode, but not on. As soon as I get into the studio portion, it's all that stuff goes away and it's bright.
Yeah, it's too damn dark when you got it.
That's weird.
Maybe
like there's
well,
now. Like I could switch to light mode, but I ain't gonna do nothing. Cause I'm in dark mode on the before I get to this panel, but when I'm here, it just lights up.
Huh. Well, I mean, it's hard for me to read. It's hard for me to read the comments on StreamYard. That's why it's hard for me to read the comments on StreamYard. That's why I gotta have a YouTube feed up, because with StreamYard you can only see a couple comments at a time. That's it. So usually I'll see my YouTube chat feed, and then I'll have to scroll up and find it on StreamYard to highlight it.
That's what I was doing. Like whoever's channel had the comments, I would just have that popped out so I could see it.
Yeah, there's so much. What's up, Taco? There's so much wasted space on this screen.
Like think they could.
You could have so many more That's the.
You could have the panels. Have your stream, and then have the panels that you need to do
more room for the chat box so you can see the comments and stuff. But yeah, I always have to have a YouTube chat feed up. For that, dude. Does your water? And I want to talk about Tiger King in a little bit, but does your water, your tap water, or any tap water just taste like complete shit anymore?
Yes, and we get ours from a totally different reservoir than most places, but it tastes. I can't drink it. Not tap water.
I can't. I mean, it used to be tolerable like a long time ago, when
like bearable. You're like, okay, it's got a funk, but it's not bad.
Right. Or you'd like get hot water from the sink, and all of a sudden it's like you can't even see through it because it's got so thick and cloudy. Yeah. Right.
Mine don't have the cloud as much anymore, but it has a funk. Like, put it this way, if you fill a sink up with just water, no soap, no nothing, and let it sit for a day, you're gonna have a weird smell.
Yeah.
Almost like it's coming out of a untreated quarry with bacteria. I hate to say it like that,
dude,
but
there's so many. I can't even. It got to the point. Gosh, when did I start? I started having to use. Because I just get water jugs now for like coffee.
That's what I do.
In my water, I don't get the bottles. I get the big jugs. I get the big jugs of water. It got to the point like maybe 2 years ago, I couldn't even
make coffee with the water.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Because I would drink the water, but I would be like, oh, I'll just make coffee with the tap water.
And it wasn't bad.
But right.
Yeah.
But dude, it's like as soon as you take a drink, and it's been like that for a long time, as soon as you take a drink,
ruins the coffee even.
It's like
my mom don't even she has a thing if she boils like not necessarily spaghetti, but I'm trying to think of other foods you boil. But she has a thing that if she's boiling water, even she don't even use tap water because like the water will embed itself in like the noodles, and you'll taste the funk. So I get it.
It's crazy. I came across this video. I don't know if anybody. I watch a lot of like business people that talk business and stuff. And I kind of like read their books or articles. About like keys to success and
Right.
things like that. Right. I try and get a lot of my direction from these individuals that started out with nothing and tried to do it the right way,
Climb the ladder.
not necessarily, just make a difference. And so there's this channel, Valuetainment. He runs an insurance company. He actually built his own insurance company. But he's been doing a lot of podcasts now. For the last couple years. I've been reading his stuff for a long time, but he started doing some podcasts a couple years ago, and he had a guest on, and it got me thinking. And this is why I was asking, and even you guys, let me know as well. I see some of you chatting right now. He had a guest on. And the guest said, "You're showering in pesticides."
I could see that.
And he starts talking about all of the different, not just the fluoride, because all of us pretty much, hey, what's that smell? Oh, it's fluoride. Too much fluoride, we even, it's just been the common like thing when it comes to the taste or the smell of the water, fluoride. But all of these other chemicals, and
you open up a pathway for that one, man. Because being in and out of the water in all these rivers and stuff, you see, like I know you took like I don't even know what science class it was, but was it? No, I'm in agriculture. We took an agriculture class. I took a lot of FFA classes. And like it breaks down the runoff from all the farms, and then literally like the Mississippi. If you take the Mississippi River, and then like Detroit, Michigan, and all the northern states, and everything trickles down from the farmlands into the rivers and our streams, and then trickles down, and then goes into the Gulf. But all that runoff and then everything is just like a ecosystem, right? Like a big fish tank, and then it comes back into our waterway or our drinking water, and then you can only, I forget what they call it, like the micro, like whatever it's called, that you can filter certain things out, but those chemicals, and then from like pig farms and chickens and everything else, then not to mention like oil and gas and all that, and then the plastics in the ocean, and then the plastics in the trash, all that, whatever gets broke down into the water, and then eventually when it comes back, like it's clean per se, but whenever they do like the testing, it shows that this is for a scientist to talk about, and definitely not me, but it breaks it down to why we get like different cancers and carcinogens.
Yeah.
And then when you take a shower in it, a hot shower is no longer good for you. Not that I guess it ever was, but it goes into your pores in your head, and then people get brain cancer and stuff, and it's just a major, it's a vicious cycle.
Yeah. And you think about back in the 80s, if there's any 80s kids out there, think about back in the 80s when your mom or your dad or your loved ones are screaming at you to eat your damn vegetables.
Oh yeah, and they were spraying all that stuff on them.
And that's when they were really they started spraying all the pesticides and the incest, all all these other different chemicals all over the crops, and then when it started to get into the 90s and the 2000s, then they're putting steroids in
Yep.
chickens
And our
and
antibiotics aren't responsive to
tomatoes
stuff
and all this other stuff.
because the chicken
So,
and all of them had antibiotics that we were like not our technically,
well,
but
think about all the mental health issues that started rising from the 90s and the 2000s from the kids that lived in the 80s that were having to eat the vegetables that had all these damn
things happening.
pesticides all over it and stuff. You know, the people out. I mean, hell, if you were doing Future Farmer of America, I'm sure you were around a lot of pesticides, bro. Right?
Not really. Ours is more like
No,
not in that aspect. I did more like
that
welding.
had to be everywhere. Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is in school, but like mine was more like maintenance, welding, like rebuilding engines. We built like a shed. Then we had. I'm trying to think what else we did.
Oh, I was thinking you guys had like you were doing crops and shit.
We planted stuff too. We actually had a girl plant a marijuana plant in the class, and the cops came. the teacher let it grow. This is down the rabbit hole, but yeah, we planted like tomatoes and cucumbers and corn, and learned how to like I forgot what the word is called, but you rotate out your fields, and because you can't just grow corn in the same field every year, or else you'll deplete whatever's in it and stuff.
You gotta the minerals and stuff. You gotta change it up.
My ag teacher would go on
Keep it
rants,
fresh.
bro.
Keep it fresh. Yeah.
We'd go on rants about the government subsidizing.
I'm surprised you guys never use pesticides and stuff. Or
Uh,
maybe
we-
that.
We
I mean,
talked
hell,
about-
even people at home using Roundup. Think about it.
we talked
Roundup.
about Roundup and Monsanto and
I
all
had
that.
There's somebody, a friend of mine, from back home, got cancer. What kind of cancer was it? From Roundup, bro. He lived in a development where there was a golf course.
Oh man,
Yeah, dude. And
he wasn't even.
dude, you know how many people, dude, the whole neighborhood damn near it was what kind of cancer was it? Oh my gosh. Was it No, it wasn't leukemia. It had a L. But just because they were drinking tap water, dude.
No, because it was made away. Yeah.
And they were living on a golf course. Small cell lymphoma. There we go. They were living on a golf course. And because of the golf course was using the Roundup and all the chemicals and stuff, dude, that whole freaking neighborhood.
That potent.
Yeah. Like the pesticides can be in your garage.
Yeah.
And you got all of a sudden a gust of wind. Crazy. But no, they were talking about all these chemicals, and it's like, man, I know when you're going to drink the water and stuff, it's like, okay, there's obviously something going on. But man, what are you supposed to do? Take a shot, like go to the. It's already expensive enough getting filtered water already. What do you do? Take a shower or not take a shower?
I'll just say this:
like what?
Poor people don't have a chance, right? Like they literally don't. From like every damn avenue, it seems like from missing persons to poison in your water. Basically, I had a girl break down styrofoam cups once. I don't remember the full conversation, but she's like, "You like that styrofoam cup?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, I can't remember exactly what she said, but went on to say, as soon as you pour your soda or your water in your styrofoam cup, then this chemical reaction happens, or whatever it's called, happens, and you're basically consuming poison because of the styrofoam.
Yeah, the small little chemicals,
Yeah,
or not chemicals,
something.
the materials that break off because it's coated in. I think they coat those in gasoline, petroleum.
I have no idea.
I'm pretty sure they coat styrofoam and plastic
That would make
in
sense because
in petroleum.
it burns black.
I mean, and that shit. I remember I was I got one of those little mini airplanes, you know, that
I
you
remember
get from
those.
that were styrofoam, and you had to slide the wing into it, and it was like
And
a
you,
little
it would
glider for a quarter.
land wrong one time and it breaks and you glue it.
Yeah, yeah, and it bends, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden it don't fly no more.
Those are awesome.
Or you try and draw on it, and all of a sudden it becomes too heavy to fly.
Yeah, changes the whole thing. My grandpa used to get those for me.
I lit one of those on fire. And I got smacked like a motherfucker, man.
Yeah, don't breathe that in because I don't think it comes out of
I
your
was
lungs.
in somebody's car too. I was
Oh
like,
my god.
somebody was babysitting me.
I would have reached back
Somebody-
there and smacked you.
Somebody was babysitting me. I can't remember who it was. I was in the back seat, and I took. They had a car lighter, you know, the little
Oh yeah,
push thing,
so you're like,
and it was in. They had one in the back seat, dude.
yeah,
So I'm sitting here looking at this styrofoam plane, and I'm like, damn, and I was a firebug when I was a little kid. I'm looking at this styrofoam plane, and then I look over and I see this fucking this push lighter in the back seat of this car, and I'm like, do it.
yeah, it's like the ring. That's a red ring.
It's like I'm looking at it and I can't not do it, you know? So I pushed it in, waited for it to get red hot, and then I pulled it out and I put the front of that airplane into the thing, and all of a sudden the smoke got so thick, dude. The smoke got so thick, and then it started this little flame, and
Oh my god.
the mom that was driving slammed on her damn brakes, fucking grabbed me out of the car, fucking took the plane and threw it down, started screaming at me like, you do what? Cancer? And I'm like, ah,
That's
ah.
the least of your worries right then.
It's like a female officer ripping you out of the back seat
I
and
got
screaming
rights.
at you, do you want cancer? And I'm like, oh my god, I don't know what to do here. I'm thinking I'm gonna get in trouble, and then I'm getting screamed at about cancer. But yeah, that shit, dude, that's styrofoam or any of the similar, you know, whatever you want to call it, the
They call it
item.
Poly something, right?
Yeah, like that stuff is toxic like crazy. Huge toxic. But what are you supposed to do, man? You supposed to like have a filter on your shower head?
I don't know the answer. I know there's a
And how can they get away with this? Putting this stuff in our water too. That's what I want to know.
you ever get your water report? They used to
A
make
what?
it. They used to like back in the day when I grew up as a kid, you would get the water report from like 2 years previous because it was like a mandatory thing from the government. I think now you could probably look it up, but they used to send you like a packet with like the numbers in it. And I remember my mom saying like, anyway, it would just say like feces, like the number of feces in your water. So like fecal matter.
Yeah.
And my mom's
Yeah.
like, great, there's shit in our water.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you mean, Mom? And she goes, human shit. Actual
Yeah.
human shit is in our water. And I was like,
Yeah.
they don't mean like the fishy poop. She was like, no, this number represents human shit.
Yeah.
And she's like, and it's above the legal limit. Like there's a
What do
legal EPA limit, and it's like you're like your SOL because that's where your
Yeah.
water source comes from. It's like, what are you
Yeah.
gonna do?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's no wonder. It almost makes me wonder, is it some kind of because
Well, if you don't-
really,
if you
I
don't
mean,
have a
think about it.
choice,
Well, we do. I mean, look at dude, the planet is mostly made of freaking water that can be filtered.
Yeah, but
that
how much does that cost the average person? Like, you know what I mean?
no, it could happen if we wanted it.
Oh, I understand what you're saying. To make it happen.
Like we could have done it as a society a long
Yeah.
time ago, created, different avenues and each territory, like, you got the mountains, they got water, those mountains filter into the lakes and the rivers that then float into, it's just a constant recycle. The only thing is we haven't had there's always been fish and there's always been animals and there's always been this. So yeah, it's always going to be a part of it. And it has always been a part of the water. I mean, hell, look at we were made from water that probably had shit in it already
Well,
too.
that's different. That's
So
totally different.
yeah, it's different
That's
when
like a
it's
healthy amount.
areas
healthy.
that become so populated where you have to it's at a certain level before, but because you're in a confined community, a confined
The
area,
numbers go up.
the number, especially when you look at all the waste that's taking place. So yeah, it's going to be natural, but to have that kind of those levels go to that point, it's no wonder so many people get sick.
Yeah, and then yeah.
When this is why I don't even eat fish, because or anything that's in the ocean, because the plastic garbage has gotten so bad over this time, where you have scientists literally telling you that plastic is becoming a part of the fiber of fish.
Yeah, it's in their
And
meat.
it gets absorbed, and then it becomes a part of them. Then you're absorbing plastic, then plastic is becoming a part of you.
What was it? I bet you know this. Like 19. They have like oh man, I can't think of these words. Basically, like I don't want to say D. I think it's DNA. There's like DNA or something from like before 1930. How like you know how they can do like a DNA and say like see what part of the world you grew up in or what kind of environment you grew up in. Does that make sense? Like health wise, like before like 1930 or 40, I don't know what era, but there was no. Yeah, so absorbing it from other sources. Humans had not had, I think it was like Teflon and stuff like that. But whatever era, it wasn't like in their DNA. Like there was no trace of plastic and stuff like that. But then like whatever year it was, then that trace amount has become higher and higher and higher. So it's like part of us. So just like you said with the fish, if they're living in it, drinking, eating, well, I don't know about fish, but it's their environment. They can't get out of it. So you definitely don't want to eat it.
Dude, it's so when you see the pollution like from the ocean. Have you ever seen
I've seen the islands of trash that float in the ocean.
That got circulated from all the currents and are just spinning in a pool.
I've seen that on the river. It's sad as fuck, man.
It is. It's like
you'll see coolers, trash, cans, and I don't know how it doesn't sink, but it's just sitting there floating on top, and it's just usually gathered up in a single spot, and where it becomes stagnant. After I've never like came back to the river, like it's usually like going through, but you'll find spots on the rivers that, and that not to mention the ocean, but one, where's it come from, and two, why is it stop there? But it's like, and then all that is just hanging out. And then we ended up drinking in it, drinking the water, showering in the water. It's in our soda. I mean, even if you have a soda or everything has water in it, you got to shower in it. Like people give landfills a bad name. Like I don't know what the answer is. Like I know we shouldn't put it. I know we shouldn't put it in the water, right? But then if you put it in landfills, as far as the rain coming in the landfill and then it trickles through the trash, and I don't know. And if you burn it, then it releases everything into the atmosphere, and then it goes into the rain anyway. So it's like, what do you do? It's like, what is the right answer?
Send it into outer space.
And it kind of comes back as a big asteroid.
Listen, okay. How long's the Earth been here? 14 billion years.
I want to say forever. Just
Have we-
forever.
how long has man been on this? How long have we been on this planet?
I try not to think of.
Let's break it down. This is my solution. And it may not be popular, but think about it. The Earth reportedly 14.5 billion, something like that. We've only been around for
A dot on that spectrum. Not very long.
send it into outer space.
Never mind.
That's it.
That would call. Yeah,
Put
but
it
then
on
you're-
a put it
Then you
on
got to
a
burn the fuel.
who cares? Yeah, but you know what? Think about how much Earth you're saving. A humongous just think about it. A humongous rocket of fucking garbage that would normally get recycled and reused, right? Just think about it. A huge ass fucking rocket, all the trash that you could compact in that damn thing, that could be a country's worth of trash.
So I guess
Right.
you could strip it out, get everything that you can recycle and reuse as far as metals, right?
No. Yeah, you're
Do that
gonna
part.
have to recycle. You have to. This
then-
is the trash that you can't get rid of, the trash that won't decomposite, the trash that
Yeah.
you can't recycle, the trash that would do nothing but ruin shoot the fucking shit into outer space. Listen, are we gonna be here 14? I don't give a fuck about the aliens, Busby. Are we gonna be here 14.5 billion years?
All right. I'm happy Busby said the aliens because I wasn't going to say it, but I was like, man, like you start popping stuff out in outer space, them aliens are going to be like, all right.
The only
what-
time
what
the
are these little
alien
what are these little humans doing now?
no,
When we
the
come up-
only time that,
You're going to see more drones.
no, we won't. No, we won't. The whole reason they showed up is because of the damn nuclear bomb.
Yeah,
Or-
because they're like, what are these apes doing now? If we get
No, dude, it was fucking, dude. Look back. What when they dropped the bomb, 1941,
two
right?
different ones.
41, 42.
So-
The Hiroshima,
Hiroshima, and there's another one. I
Right.
can't ever think of the name of it.
right? Think about it. Look, when did all the alien shit start happening? Right after that.
Yeah, because we put off a shockwave.
Yeah, you put out all of a sudden you had aliens going, what the hell is this energy spike? Go just like when we're looking out in outer space and we're looking for light. The brightness of light will tell us the planet, or if it's a planet, how far away. You know, all of these different things based off of the light source and how bright it got. Think about the energy level that would have spiked from that bomb going off. It would have sent, you know, that's probably why they're like, what the hell? And they started to want, hey, we need to come look at this. We need to come
Curious.
see what the hell was going on.
I also think this is way out there in left field, but
So F them.
yeah, I think that the aliens are like, all right, we know about these weirdos over here. As long as they don't destroy anything we got going on, we'll be all right. But then you got the teenagers that are like, hey, we want to have some fun. Let's drop into Earth and see what the humans are doing. And then they're out like they got Pop's spaceship. Come in, look at them, they're going crazy, and then they leave for a second, come back. I think it's just a teenager version of the aliens coming out on a Saturday night, having some fun, and then popping in and then leaving.
I never thought about teenage aliens
mischief.
on a Saturday night.
They're just mischief. I don't know.
I never thought
It's just
about
an idea, man. It's like you want to go have some fun.
Teenage mutant ninja aliens, right?
There we go. There we go. They won't know what hit them.
Who's got the blue bandana?
As long as they're
Teenage-
pizza. They come in for the pizza.
On a Saturday night?
Yep. Coming in hot.
Did they stop by a Sonic?
And then you don't see them for a while because they're in trouble. They're grounded and their little aircraft is inoperable because Pops found out.
Did they stop by Sonic?
I would.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I'm still getting over this. Excuse me. How are you feeling, by the way, bro? Give me a second.
This comes and goes.
My sinuses are still. Even when I woke up this morning, I was like, "Oh my gosh, my sinuses were just Master Skinner."
Master Skinner.
Oh shit!
I picture like a mixture of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Talladega Nights, and the aliens just like come, like all their friends.
Instead of turtle power, it's telepathic power.
Oh, the sinuses are bad.
Telepathic power. Oh shit. Oh man. But yeah, man, that's dude. All the trash. Listen, it's shoot that shit out. You know, I think
Hey, it's
all
better than
country can put enough funding together to send its own rocket ship of garbage out. You just make sure that thing is going towards Pluto.
they could probably come up with a way to ship it out, make it hit orbit instead of just like doing the rocket thing.
Yeah, they where it would
Like where
do
you're
like
you're at
like
the
they do with the
atmosphere.
satellites. How
Yeah,
they do
and
it
then-
with the satellites. Shoot that shit out towards Pluto. Let it freeze. Gone.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen this in a movie, like Space Junk or something.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
like
I just thought about it. I never even thought about sending garbage out into trash or sending trash out into space until just a minute ago, because I'm like, yeah, we've only been here for a short time. The planet's been here for 14.5 billion years. I think we can send some fucking trash out to live an extra couple hundred.
Yeah,
Instead of trying to figure out how we can live on Mars, how about we just send the fucking trash out to outer space?
I'm all
Be a
about
lot
saving our planet first. I don't want to go live on another planet. That just
It'd be a lot cheaper. Well, I mean, it's part of what I honestly, when you look at the tilt of Mars when it and Earth, when you look at the day cycle when it comes to Mars and Earth, very similar. Okay, I feel like Mars was Earth before Earth became Earth.
like
Mars
we
was
already
Earth.
moved once.
Because of the tilt. Not that we moved, but Mars, when you look at the tilts, I mean, it's so damn close. It's so damn close. The amount of time of a day is very similar. It's just over time, because the sun, just like a star, what happens is it starts to burn and it gets
Yeah, then it disappears.
brighter,
Gone.
brighter, 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 and then boom, it just goes away.
I hope it's quick.
It gets so bright and so, because all of the insides are finally on the outside, and then the star collapses on itself after it gets all that bright. So in the earlier stages, when the sun wasn't as bright, this was too cold. Mars was actually the perfect temperature that I feel like could have created life. And then as the sun continues to get brighter over that billions and billions and billions a year period, because I mean, hell, look at the Earth. When the Earth started, it went from melting lava to frickin' ice age, melting lava to ice age, back forth, because of all the different temperature changes that were going on. So I feel like it's going to eventually, all right, our two planets that were tilted just right to create
Yeah, it
that
has to be
cycle.
pretty well damn perfect as far as the temperature, oxygen levels.
The tilt has a humongous difference in how we're able to have our ecosystem and all of that. Even if our tilt was off slightly, it would totally shift all of our the seasons, all of that stuff. So eventually it's going to get too hot. And it'll end up being a Mars where it's just dust and barely an atmosphere.
Then we won't be here. Probably won't even be very many signs that there was even human life if that happens. Or when that happens.
It'll be way down. It'll be way down. Way, way down. But, what do you know when did you ever watch the Tiger King
Oh, bro, I watched the whole thing.
documentary?
Back to back, man. That's the best
Yeah.
damn thing. There's a sadness to that because, like, I honestly don't know what to freaking believe, but just watching it, it's like, okay, no one walks away from that world unscathed, regardless of who you are or what your beliefs are. Gone. It's the neutralizer.
Beep. Yeah, it's somebody said we were hanging out last night and somebody said that Tiger King Joe Exotic is getting pardoned.
I don't believe it. I think Carol needs. Never mind.
Well, there's been some stuff coming out with Joe Exotic. I mean, he had his own YouTube and people have been uploading stuff.
I think he was a sheriff, right?
Joe Exotic?
He was a sheriff.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was. He was a sheriff. Deputy Dog. He was a sheriff.
What are you talking about?
Look it up. Joe Exotic was a sheriff. I think he was the only was it in Texas? I'm trying to think what state it was in, but he was a sheriff.
No, he's not.
He was. Swear. Fact check me.
Biden part. What?
Nuh-uh.
Wait, no. This is from The Hill. Hold on. Let me switch it real quick.
There's like a whole avenue of the back and forth between him and Carol. Tiger King started.
Well, yeah.
No.
Yeah, but Busby says, "Yep, Trump gonna pardon him." Okay, because dude. Well, I'm glad he's not pardoned yet because there was stuff I had saved for this talk show that I wanted to check out, and it has, there's some funny shit that.
Well, you're glad he's not pardoned yet, but for his sake, he's probably not happy he ain't been pardoned yet.
You forgot me again.
Oh, poor buddy.
He says you forgot me again. The frickin' pop-ups. Tiger King's Joe Exotic is knocking President Trump and former President Biden for not issuing him a pardon, saying he'd have a better chance of commuted sentence if he broke in the cap.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Right? Or was related to the Bidens.
I won't say he's wrong. I mean, I see the truth in that.
Oh,
damn.
He went smack. Oh, shit. You forgot me again. Hold on one second. I gotta blow it. You forgot me again. Exotic, whose real name is Joseph Maldonado, said via an image directed to Trump and posted on his Instagram account on Tuesday. How you got an Instagram account in jail? I don't know.
Well, you can have people run it for you.
Well, obviously. He said, if I was a crack dealer, maybe if I broke in the Capitol or even had been related to the Bidens, I might have gotten some relief on being in a prison sentence, the ex-zoo owner said. In the last minute of his presidency on Monday, Biden granted blanket pardons to some members of his family. Later
go back to that picture. All three of them. Man, if that ain't something for the history books.
It looks like Biden went to a gummy store. Does that sparkle in purple?
Damn. That's a good image. All three of those images are perfect. I love them.
Is that a drone? Well, it makes me wonder because you know how, like, when Kenny Rogers got plastic surgery, all of a sudden he had a surprised look on his face all the time.
Oh, because you're stuck. Yeah, you can't move.
It makes me wonder because look, the dude's fucking like 90 years old. How he only has wrinkles on his forehead and not anywhere else.
Cheekbones are
Right?
good.
It makes me wonder, is that why you get the it's sparkling purple look, is because maybe it was from plastic? Because think about it, Kenny Rogers, right?
I could see that.
Samantha Joy, like Kenny Rogers, all of a sudden he had, because you know he had that face, and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, he's like happy all the time now. Right?
You're just stuck.
I wish,
The
yeah, it's like,
cheekbones.
stay natural. It's so beautiful, you know. Stay natural.
Crow's feet.
Stay natural. Stay natural. Hey, wrinkles are sexy too. Come on. Later on Monday, in one of his first moves as commander-in-chief, Trump pardoned roughly 1,500 rioters charged in connection with January 6, 2021 attack on the Capitol Hill. The guy who killed 2 FBI agents, and yes, we can say that over here. Even hot, sick
Damn.
pardon today. Exotic said, apparently a reference to Biden commuting the life sentence of Native American activist Leonard Peltier on Monday. I can't even get a new trial based on admitted perjury testimony, he added. Exotic has long been attempting to obtain a pardon from Biden and Trump dating back to the 47th, which he has. He's been in
Oh, yeah, they
jail for
tried.
like 7 years, I think they said. Yeah, this is a crazy thing, and we're going to listen to his story. I want you guys to hear his story. It's only like 12 minutes, but it's very interesting.
So it's the plot for trying to get Carol was one of the reasons, but then he hired Techno, allegedly. What was that dude's name? It was a rat. There's a couple of them.
Well, what happened was somebody was, it was a bait and hook kind of thing. Is what they were doing. It was somebody else setting up the quote higher plot, but it wasn't even real.
And it was all fake.
Yeah,
yeah. Wasn't it for like a low amount of money too?
I don't even know the amount of money, but basically it was one of the other zoo owners, and you probably know who it is because there's some other people. If you watch the documentary, there's some other people that are like, you know,
yeah, they had
into his.
You got
like they wanted his shit, you know.
You got Carol, the doc dude, that other dude that came in. I'm sorry, I'm saying dudes. I can't think of their names. But the guy that came in from after the fact was setting up his own zoo, and then it got shut down. And
yeah, you know the guy with the skinny chin, chin with the gray hair, always walked around like a fucking gangster.
Yeah, he thought he was a gangster.
Dude, him and his wife got in trouble for sex trafficking. Fucking
was it? I thought he got a DUI.
Dude, no, this is recently him.
Is it the one where they got at the gas station or something? No, that was the DUI.
It's the dude that always wore the fucking
I know who you're talking about.
And the hat that had the skinny chin. That
I know exactly what you're talking about.
You could tell he couldn't take a punch if he got hit. Like his skinny ass chin with the gray hair kind of hanging, you know, little thing. And he had dude was like 50 years old, and he was dating like 18-year-olds and shit.
Yeah, because
and they were like, and they had like yeah, dude, they got into, this was like this was recent. They got busted for like sex trafficking and shit. Girls from out of the country kind of shit, I think.
Follow the money.
But yeah, it was basically like a setup. And this was the crazy thing is I guess he's been in jail for like 7 years, and the Tiger King documentary came out in let me see 2000.
Well, it came out after he was in prison, right?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
already in prison. He said that they took videos after he went to prison, then these other people got access to the zoo. So then they got access to all of the video that his filming company did, and they took that video and made the Tiger King Netflix docuseries.
Yeah.
So
Combined.
he was sitting in jail, became a star, and didn't even know it, because he didn't even realize these people had stolen his footage and made Tiger King on Netflix. So while we're sitting there watching Tiger King on Netflix, and then all of a sudden we're hearing about this happened and this happened, and it's like,
It was that one dude's life work almost, and then they had the fire in the
I don't
studio.
know.
Well, I got rid of most of the footage supposedly, but then you're sitting there watching all the footage they had in conjunction. Then you got Carol. You know, Carol was on a
weirdo. Dude's a weirdo. Some weird shit going on in that zoo, bro. You saw that documentary.
No, it was weird.
It don't take it doesn't take. Dude, you can figure. It's like, I can't imagine the fucking. It had to be man. It almost makes you think of like the crack neighborhood met the fucking zoo around the corner, and they just linked up together. I'm serious.
Every day's a party,
dude. Like, it's sad.
Day
It's like this beautiful neighborhood, and all of a sudden crack took over, you know. And that's what it was like. It had to be like a beautiful zoo, and then crack took over over in that motherfucker, because that stuff was wild. You know what was going on?
Yeah, especially just think of the stuff you didn't see, like on camera.
Yeah,
I
that
can't.
too.
That was when the camera was rolling. What was happening when the camera wasn't on? Like, that's my thing. Like, they were wilding out on camera, let alone when ain't nobody was watching.
Yeah, I don't even want to try and guess at that.
I can imagine.
There's some weird.
I can definitely imagine. I've dealt with
weird.
All walks of life.
Let me see here. I'm gonna play here. Let me play. Let me see his lawyer or Joe. I'm gonna try and listen to.
You know, he ran for governor and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, he ran for president
and governor, and he was a sheriff.
Let me make sure I hit the like on that, and I'll turn on the all. All right, so let me share this channel here. Joe Exotic TV. I could have, or there was another video that I had.
Oh, who's running that channel? Is it his ex? Is it his ex-husband?
I don't know. Let me see.
I don't remember the whole backstory, man. That thing got wild.
Our mission is to preserve and protect exotic animals through education. That's fun. Was located. Joe's YouTube is currently in safe arms of his team. You may consider subscribing if you enjoy.
Commissary.
All super chats go directly to Joe's. Oh, that's cool. "21 years, dude."
Yeah, he's been doing it forever.
No, I mean 21 years he's in prison for.
Yeah, then people do trafficking and do like 5 years.
Oh my gosh, that's right, Charity. Remember that, dude? The employee that I think it was a guy, wasn't it? Wasn't it a guy? Yeah, that's right. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that part.
And then
Yeah, they were playing. They were playing on the couch, and I was, oh man, I forgot about that part. I was thinking about when that person's arm got bit off from a
I
tiger.
forgot about that one.
Um,
And then they found like so many tigers buried with. Like they got rid of them or something because they couldn't feed them allegedly.
well, he brings up a good point in this call and why. So, like a week or two ago, he called from prison and he wanted to send Trump a message, and he wanted to explain why he felt like he should be pardoned.
Okay.
And he brings up when it comes to the cats and why he did what he did to some of them,
Well, they might get
and
sick and
and it,
stuff.
and it refers to that pile too. So when I first heard that, I was like, "Oh my lord, that dude's sick as hell!" Right? But then I'm listening. I'm not a zoo owner. I've never taken care of these animals. But then I'm listening to his story about if you do it the way that they're, like if you sedate them and all this stuff, he breaks it down, dude. Like if you do this and this is what it's going to do to their body and this is what they're going through and then you got to do this and then this and this is how and he's telling you how they're feeling. It's like, oh my God, I'd do the same thing. Just one real quick. They don't have to suffer,
Yeah. So
Yeah, just listening to because it's different with these kind of animals. It's not like a puppy or a kitty where you sedate them and there's no suffering. They just go to sleep. It's totally different with these animals. And these are wild animals, so sometimes the tranquilizer stuff doesn't even work. But I'm going to turn the music down. I wanted to play this. So this is him kind of giving the reason of why he feels like he should be pardoned. Hold on one second. Oh my gosh. Dude, what?
What?
Where? Oh, okay. Hold on. They for some reason it didn't come up as it came up as a weird ass YouTube link and not the one that has like the channel handle. All right, there we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that up there.
It is wild how he's in prison, and then you have a bunch of, I'll just say, bad actors that are not in prison or jail.
21 years, man.
And no one was. Yeah.
It's a long time. So that's interesting that a girl that dressed like a guy. Oh, was it? So it was a girl?
Oh, with the arm? Or with the one that...
the one that pew-pewed themselves. Because they were on the couch. Hold on. I could have it wrong.
Dude, it's been 4 or 5 years since I've watched this.
Let me look up on YouTube and see if there's like a news clip or something here. I don't want to. We can't do the actual Netflix. Joe Exotic.
We can run it. We can run it on mine over here. I got Netflix. We can stream the whole thing. I'm just kidding. We'll get sued.
Oh, here we go. No, it's his husband.
Is it the one?
Yeah. Husband Travis.
First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for coming today so I could set the record straight.
For Joe Maldonado, more commonly known as Joe Exotic, Friday was the worst day of his life.
I was in town running some errands and I received the worst phone call of my life. And that was my husband was shot and killed here at the zoo.
Ah, man, I remember.
At a tragic accident because he thought that the semi-automatic 45 would not go off without the clip in it.
His husband of 4 years, Travis Maldonado, lived on the property with Joe.
The last words that we had before I left for town, I bought him a $23 swimming pool, and he was swimming in the swimming pool when I left. And the last words I heard was, "I love you."
But he says what happened in the park's office was no suicide.
And I just want the world to know that whatever you hear on the news or on social media, he did not kill himself intentionally. He loved life more than you could ever imagine.
Garvin County officials are investigating the incident and say the manner of death appears to be a gunshot wound to the head. The incident happened in front of other employees while the park was open. Joe says his 23-year-old husband was adventurous and lived to make him smile, and he was passionate about his hobbies.
And I'm sure that sooner or later it's going to get out that he probably had a pipe and a little bit of weed in his pocket, because that's what he lived for, was his guns, his dog, and his right to smoke marijuana and loving me.
Joe is now thanking the world for the support, and he says he will continue to be inspired by his late husband.
He wanted so much to support me in my political career running for governor of the state of Oklahoma, because he always said, "Hon, if anybody could get the people in this state to love and respect each other, it would be you."
Man, the just tragic around every day.
All over that damn zoo. Yeah, so it was I forgot it was his husband. Yeah, they were sitting on the couch. Here, let me hold on. Let me show you this one. It's crazy though. He said his weed and loving me.
In his pipe. What was the pipe for?
Right?
What else was he?
The pipe, what the fuck, dude?
I would have said all that.
You
on
don't
the
have
news.
to sit
That's
there.
incriminating as shit.
You don't
say
have
all
to
that.
sit there and say that shit into the local fucking news.
And he
Right?
loved me.
All they found on him was some piping and some weed.
Yeah. What kind of pipe?
Nobody said, did they find weed? Like,
I think it was more than weed. I think the pipe might have been for something else.
oh, dude, there was so many other drugs going on in there.
Tweaker geekers.
You could tell there was so many other drugs going on.
That's why I said it was a circus, not a circus, but yeah. Take the tigers out of the equation, and you got these people living in the same area that they lived in. Without the tigers, I guarantee it's still popping.
Mm-hmm.
It's just sad, dude. It's like tragic. Like the tigers were tragic. People losing their lives, and then the one person losing their arm. Joe's in prison. Then you got other people out there that did some weird, illegal, illicit things, and they're not in prison. So it's like, why is he in prison, and not some other people? I don't know. That's weird, man.
It's crazy.
Different rules for different folks.
Like, here's the person that actually was there. This is the person that was actually there when it took place. It wasn't even. So just mute it for like a minute if you might be bothered. You're not going to see anything. Yeah, mute it, because you'll hear the audio. You're not going to see anything. So if you're going to be bothered, just mute it for about a minute.
I was sitting in a chair, looking at him when he put the gun to his head.
I can't imagine.
It's not like on the movies. I knew he was dead the second that he pulled the trigger, but at the same time I didn't, I thought it was a joke, because Travis was a jokester. He was a prankster. He liked.
Yeah,
Dude, if it wasn't on video, this guy'd probably be in prison.
right?
Dude, I'm just saying.
Right?
Damn.
I'm surprised that's crazy though. You had to sit there and go, "Was did this really?
Oh yeah, you would
happen?"
your brain to process that if you've never experienced anything at all close to that, you're going to
Yeah.
be in a stupor.
That's
This
why
poor
you
guy's
always
life.
have to treat a weapon like it's loaded, even if you know it's not. Even if you know it's not, you have to treat it like it's loaded. Because you just never know. It could be some
I didn't know this part.
teeny something that got stuck, and next thing you know, bam, what? Think about like Brandon Lee, you know? There was a leftover from a real fucking bullet left over, not from a prop round, a leftover piece from a prop round that then got jammed in front of the other prop round, and while that prop round shot out, it
That had a
shot out the
trajectory.
piece of the other one just as quick as a bullet hit him right in the chest. Gone. Yeah, this
I didn't know that guy was, and I forgot all about this. It's been like 5 years since 4 years since I've seen Tiger King.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Let me see here. This is all right. So there's no closed captioning. There's got to be. I swore there was another video where he was talking, but maybe not. It might be a little hard to hear. Again, this is Joe Exotic TV. And here's the link for this video if you want to hear it with your own headphones. I'm going to turn down the music. And then I'm going to let it play here. And let me know if you can hear it okay. I wish there was closed caption. It says not available. Maybe it's because of it's kind of hard to hear. So let me know if you can hear it. I'm going to turn the music all the way down here. So this is his story and the truth, and this is why he feels like he should be pardoned. So it's interesting to know that Trump's gonna pardon him. Very interesting. We'll listen to the lawyer. His lawyer's gonna talk for about 10 minutes about the new stuff that's gonna prove he's innocent.
Off of YouTube and made Tiger King, and he signed a contract, and he sold my footage off of my computers, and that's how they got that. And I didn't get it from Tiger King, so everybody thinks I'm just loaded, filthy rich. It's the furthest thing from the truth, man. I've been lawyer with Jeff Lehman in Dallas, Texas. Took me for $30,000, and they didn't even return a phone call after they got the $30,000. So that's what happens to people in prison, is you're just taken advantage of. Okay, so that pretty much puts to bed the Tiger King thing. You know, the biggest thing that really upsets me is people accuse me of animal abuse, and I have never been accused, charged, convicted, or anything of animal abuse by anybody except Carol Baskin, right? And that was, she thought it was abuse, taking baby tigers away from the mom and letting you pet them. Okay, so, you know, you have to think logically, you know, and do some research. The only people that have ever been really killed by tigers in America are people in AAU zoos that don't allow any kind of public contact with their animals. So, caged in captivity. So, human interaction is the best way to keep them tame and get people to understand the love of tigers. And that was our job, was to get people to love tigers. But the 5 tigers that I put down, okay, I had a USDA license to put those cats down. I had a vet protocol to put those cats down. And my inspector, that couldn't be found during my trial, told me to put them down. And I don't know how you can't find a federal employee to subpoena during court, but that was the public defender's excuse of why she didn't have to come testify. Okay, but let me explain putting a large animal like that down, okay? The veterinarian can't walk in and just give him a shot and kill him, okay? Not without getting killed herself. So you have an option to either put them down by gunshot, which is instantaneous, or you can tranquilize them and put them to sleep so the vet can go in and kill them. The only problem with that is when you put tranquilizers, you have to keep in mind how fat, how skinny, how agitated, how high the adrenaline level is, how many times it's ever been tranquilized in its life to where it builds up an immune system to the tranquilizer. And when that dart hits that animal, they are screaming and crawling the fence and having seizures and convulsions for 45 minutes, okay, before the vet can walk in and kill them. And sometimes they have to be shot 5-6 times with tranquilizers because their immune system or they're so agitated that the tranquilizers don't work. So when you read about somebody being a human being put to death, like the guy in Oklahoma City where he was tortured for half an hour because the medicine didn't work, that's what tranquilizing a big cat like that's like. You torture it for 45 minutes to an hour. The way we put them 5 cats down was a split half of a second, not even a half of a second, and their pain was over. And then I buried them fully intact, with their skin, their teeth, and I laid them side by side and buried them with some respect. And some people around the world just have a problem with that. Okay, I would do it again tomorrow if I had an animal that was suffering and needed to be put down. Okay, doesn't matter. All right, we're all gonna die. I'm gonna die. You're gonna die. Your dog's gonna die. Your grandma's gonna die. Your mom and dad's gonna die. Okay, it's fact of life. Those cats were 23 years old, and they should have died when they were 14 to 16. So they lived about 6 to 7 years.
This call is from a federal prison.
A handful of haters out in the world that have a problem with that. You just keep having a problem with it because I'm not ashamed of anything that I did. The problem is I'm sitting in prison. Meanwhile, Alan Glover and Jeff Lowe and Lauren Lowe and James Garrison are all running around out there free after admitting to perjury during my grand jury hearing and my trial. And then Alan Glover, the question that I have to the world, and especially to President Trump right now, is he went on world television in season 2 and showed where he hid a murder weapon behind the trailers out in the woods because the original plan was to kill me to start with. How come nobody's been charged, and why am I the one in prison if they admitted to perjury and a plot to kill me? How come nobody else has ever been charged in this case? That's the problem I have, and that's why we are shooting, and I have so much voice out there with Joe Rogan and Matt Gaetz and Alex Stein and everybody else that I've done podcasts with to get this pardon on January the 21st. So help me out. Put Free Joe Exotic everywhere you can in comments on Trump's post, the White House's post, everywhere you can, because that's what's going to help me get my voice to get the hell out of here. Right now I'm on appeal with all the new evidence, which is on joeexoticofficial.com on the evidence link where you can go look at the videos of them admit to perjury. And the craziest thing is Carol Baskin herself put 2 videos on her YouTube channel that we got before she deleted them, of where Alan Glover was talking to Ashley Webster, one of her girls, where he admitted to her that it was all made up and shit. So when Carol Baskin starts posting evidence that I'm innocent, we need to get me the hell out of here. All right? So that's where we're at with all that. But hey, I would like to say thank you to everyone around the world for your support for the last 7 years, because it's been rough. And without the support that I've gotten for 7 years from all y'all, I'd have never made it this far. Fighting cancer, I do. People on the outside world think that it's rough when you get cancer out there. You have your family, you have your home, you have your own bed, you have your, everything. Okay? I was locked in a 6 by 12 foot room with a shower and a toilet, a concrete room, puking for a year from chemo and radiation, and it was extremely tough. And I'm not going through it again. Now, to explain a little bit about Jeff, Lauren, and James, okay? Those are the three biggest criminals that I have ever seen walk the face of this planet. It all started back in the early 2015, late 2015 and 16. Jeff and Lauren used to sit in the office on the internet and shop for material. You know, Prince, the singer that died, and shop for material that matched his clothes. And they had a little old lady named Cindy in Wynnewood, Oklahoma, that would come and sew the costumes exactly like Prince's, and then Jeff would get Militia Thompson, his little fat secretary friend, to notarize certificates of authenticity, and they would sell them for tens of thousands of bucks on the internet as Prince's original clothes. Then it went further than that. Then they started stalking customers, and they started luring young girls to the zoo, using the baby tigers to get them to the zoo, and get them over to their cabin, and they would grow unconscious. Okay, and Tim Stark seen some of that. All right, and
This call is from a federal prison.
some names. There was a young black girl from Hooters, Webster. They did that to. They flew one lady in from Las Vegas to do that too, and it turned out to be an older Asian lady that was sex trafficking herself. And they went through her luggage one night in the cabin and found a book of 75 young Asian girls that she was trafficking. And then Jeff and Lauren blackmailed her the next day, and that's why they went to Vegas, and that's why James got involved in that with the fake leases and the fake IDs and everything else, getting fake leases out there for sex trafficking these 75 young Asian girls. We have all the proof. I have everything. I couldn't use none of it in court because they made a deal with the judge and the U.S. attorney and the public defenders that I couldn't talk about Carol's missing husband. I couldn't talk about James and Jeff and Lauren's credit card. It's there on JoeyExoticOfficial.com now. So I encourage everybody to go listen and watch these videos. It's pretty disturbing that there are people out there right now still abusing people. And if Jeff is really in Mexico and he pulls this on some Mexican girls in Mexico, he's going to end up getting killed, because let me tell you, the Mexican people down there in Mexico, they're not going to put up with their daughters being drugged and raped for entertainment for Jeff. And when you listen to the video of Jeff drugging his own wife and making her have sex with other guys so he can watch, it's pretty crazy. Okay, but that's why I left the zoo in June of 2018. I just walked away from it. I gave it to him, and I took Dylan, and we went to Pensacola, Florida, and got a house in Gulf Breeze, Florida. I run a zoo. Okay, he wanted the zoo so bad, but after he got it, after I gave it to him and walked away, he couldn't stand it. So they still had to come up with stupid murders for hire plot and come after me 3 months later and arrest me for this bullshit. And then what do? They get on Channel 5 News in Oklahoma City every day, and they have to get rid of the name of the zoo. They have to move the zoo to another location to get away from the name Tiger King and Joe Exotic. And now to this day, they live to be the Tiger King. Everything on the internet is about them being the Tiger King. They can't get enough. 7 years later, you would think that they got away with this scot-free. You would think that they would go get a life, but they can't, because they're so wrapped up and so obsessed in becoming me that they have nothing else left. But the worst part about all of this is what happened to my mom and dad. My mom and dad were married 70 plus years, okay? And done everything for everyone. And my brother that died, GW, that we built a zoo in memory of, he swore that they would never go to a nursing home. So I got up every morning at 6 o'clock in the morning and went and took care of my elderly parents for my brother, because he couldn't, because he got killed in a car wreck. Okay, so the minute they got me arrested, Chelsea, my niece, got my power of attorney away from me, okay, and put my mom and dad in separate nursing homes and took their house and property for free and all of mom's stuff in Kansas and everywhere else, and turned around and signed the zoo over to Carol. And that was their deal. And this is what we're going to prove in court if I have to go through with this appeal and I can't get a pardon. But I need everybody out there to push for free Joe Exotic to President Trump to let me out on January the 1st. This is going to hang up on me in about 15 seconds. So again, I'd like to say thank you. I love you to everybody around the world. I appreciate your support. And help me get home, would you please? George is still in solitary confinement, so say a prayer for him and hope that he gets back on the
All right, then it cuts out after that. Isn't that some wild shit, man?
It's almost like he got railroaded, like some other people I know.
He gave up the zoo in 2018, bought a house, gave it up, moved away.
Yeah, so he was done. Like he was not even part of it anymore.
Uh-uh.
But people sometimes, man, when people want to be you, it's not enough. Like it's weird how that works. But they'll obviously never be him. But they got to get rid of him.
And then they admitted to perjury and a plot to kill him.
Yeah, but then no one else is in prison.
Yeah. Here's the lawyer. Now, I haven't heard this yet. Joe Exotic's lawyer says he will reveal new evidence in the Tiger King's case.
Sound marks.
Let me skip ahead until when the lawyer
Checkity
comes
check.
up here. Checkity check. So this is Jerry Jones. This is his lawyer.
I really want this to. You know how to keep this up and keep it like I can just read it? Yeah. I don't screen lock it or something. Not that one, the other one. Pretty good for me. Get that up and screen lock it. I'm gonna read it. Oh shit. Just turn it back. We'll go back.
It's only a portrait orientation. Maybe I can make it.
Yeah, there's a portrait as well.
This is not portrait. This is portrait.
That's what I mean. I took it this way, right?
It won't lock that way. I just locked the screen.
If I do this, you think I can?
You got to turn the auto rotate on.
Like you like it.
That's me trying to do a live stream.
You just turn the auto rotate on your settings. You just swipe down from the top a couple times. Click on that auto rotate. McCather said, let me see, what is it? I could have swore his name is Jerry Jones. It's not saying who it is. It just says his attorney. Oh, Levi McCathern, including alleged hitman Alan Glover, have recanted their testimonies. So everybody's, it's all coming out that it's
out,
fake.
jumping ship.
Mhm.
Alan Glover, that's the dude I couldn't think of. And then Jeff Lowe, the snitch and the rat.
Yeah, Jeff Lowe. Jeff Lowe's the skinny chin guy, right?
Yeah, Bad News Bear dude.
Yeah, Jeff Lowe.
Okay, you think it'll just pop up like that? Yeah. Wish I could keep it from turning off.
I'll touch it every 10 seconds if you want. Got 2. I get the right time. All good? Quite good? Ready?
Take a second. He's almost ready. I'm not going to keep y'all for long. I know everybody's got stuff to do. That's awesome.
All right, I thought he was. Maybe I need to go up here.
Gay gun-toting red. That's pretty much every.
Okay, here we
All
go.
right, everybody good now? Okay, here we go. Hey, thank you all for being here today. I know my client, Joe Maldonado, greatly appreciates it, as pretty much everyone seems to know. Joe Maldonado, also known as Joe Exotic, was a gay gun-toting redneck from Oklahoma who got thrust into stardom when a TV show that he was the subject of went viral back during the pandemic. Give you some timeline that a lot of people don't know. Joe was arrested for the crimes I'm going to talk about today in September of 2018. He was convicted by a jury in 2019.
Dang, so he was convicted in 2019. The show didn't even come out until after he
Isn't
was
that
in jail.
convenient timing though? Like for the people that produced everything.
Yeah,
Like
because
that-
he couldn't fight it.
That's what
I
I'm
mean, he
saying.
could, but
Yeah,
it'd be
good
hard
luck.
as
You're in
shit.
prison.
Right. Oh man. Here we're all thinking dude's living it up and being the star and all this. No, dude was in prison already. He already got convicted.
See, I always thought that he would at least have like, I guess it depends on who owned that footage, right?
Well, they did because I think Carol Baskin did. Because
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't like Carol Baskin. She, the not to interrupt, but the street that she was walking on whenever the guy that's missing, her husband that's missing,
Yeah.
her ex-husband, is like a street in Tampa, I think it's Tampa, that's known for prostitution. So what's that tell you what she was? Anyway, she was out I don't remember. I have to find that part of the documentary where she's talking about how they met. And I'm like, wait a minute. I was like, that's that street in Tampa that everybody in the world knows what it's known for. So what was she doing at that time of the morning? You working or
don't know.
walking, baby? And he picked her up. And then all of a sudden she gets all of his stuff. And then there was no
You're
records
working
of
or walking, baby.
yeah. And then there's no records of an airplane even taking off the morning he was supposed to be going.
Yeah, he probably fucking dude.
That's-
He was having flings on her all the time, going off on boats, having flings and shit. He probably just was like, I can't deal with this shit no more. I just gotta go.
I'm out.
Like, I can't deal with this. I'll go live in Honduras or some shit.
No, well, I wouldn't blame him.
I mean, she seemed like a control freak, man.
The
Like,
eyes don't lie.
just let me breathe. Just let me breathe.
He's a scary looking individual.
So overbearing, they push you to go.
Yeah, you're just like, I'm
It's like,
leaving. No,
They,
you try to
they
walk
push
away.
you to leave. They should check everything about Carol. Dude, like that's whenever we watched it, if it was her, I don't know for sure if it was her that owned the footage, but I know he had to give her the zoo and all that other stuff, right?
Dude, they
Or
hired
did
a
she
person
sell it?
to track
or-
Joe in 2011.
Yeah, they had a fake like a plot.
Yeah. It's all a setup.
Yeah. And it probably had to do with a lot of money too here. Donate to this or that. I don't know, like how can you go to prison for 21 freaking years
And no one gets, yeah.
off of because don't you think like investigators or prosecutors or somebody would have been like, all right, this don't make sense. Like we need more.
You would think.
We need more than this. Like how even a jury. How did a jury I wonder if that trial
Well, sometimes they don't let you.
is on footage. I'd be interested to watch that trial actually. See how a jury got to that decision.
All that should be public record. So just
I'm
like
wondering.
technically cut and drag. He's already convicted, right?
Maybe it's not on camera because it was
There should be some court docs and like
transcripts and
yeah.
stuff like that. That would be interesting. I know he said there was in his little prison call there. I know he said that there's some videos somewhere. So I'm gonna have to do some more digging and see what I can find on these other ones and see if we can kind of open up the story a little bit more, because I'm kind of curious, how did a jury convict him for 21 years when this was all just some you would have to have like, I would think you'd have to have like solid connections and paper trails and all of this other stuff to get somebody to get convicted from a jury trial for 21 years. I don't know. Unless it's some small ass part of Oklahoma. But he said Oklahoma City. You said Oklahoma City. He said Channel 5 News. They were all over Channel 5 News in Oklahoma City. That's a pretty decent city.
I'm going to send you the transcripts.
Yeah. What happened to Beyond a Reasonable Doubt? Like,
it was 2019 in Florida.
In Florida?
Yep. I'm not for sure if this is the exact thing, but I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, March 25th, 2019. I sent it in the back chat. They had a jury. Man, there's a lot. There's 1,109 pages.
1,109?
Yep.
Holy hell.
Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, there's a bunch. I don't even know how I would condense this down to anything.
1,000?
1,109. Yeah. Damn, talks about the skulls.
Dude, well, we should do a show
ballistic
on it sometime,
wounds.
Man.
Damn, it had a bunch of exhibits. Jesus. There you go. That's it. Animals. Big Cat Entertainment.
Wow, yeah, look at that. Direct, cross, redirect, recross, further redirect.
Talks about some money being exchanged at a later date. Damn.
Huh. I wonder how long that would take. Let me see. 30 seconds a page. Here's the link for it if you guys wanted to. Thanks, man.
You're welcome. I just did a search. I was like, you know what? It's got to be out there somewhere. Oh, okay. It talks about Glover's money to go to South Carolina or Florida or wherever he was going. Yeah. All that's in there.
But there would have to be text messages and, you know, like paper trails, digital trails. You know what I mean? You can't just be like, yeah, he wanted, he asked me to do this for him. Okay, well, where's the, is it recorded?
Damn, the search function.
On paper? Like what?
The search function in this file, I can't get to work. That's weird.
I wouldn't mind reading. $1,000. I think you could probably do it in a few hours.
If I could get the search function to work, you could probably break it down more.
Because really, the font's big, it's spread out. I wouldn't think it would take that long, actually. Let me go back to this here, see what he says. Yeah, I don't think we should read through it sometime
Definitely be interesting.
on a weekend. Yeah.
He was sentenced to 22 years in federal prison in January of 2020. The Tiger King premiere was March 20th of 2020.
Huh.
So Joe was already sentenced, and he'd been incarcerated since 2018 at the time it came out. In
Wow.
fact, for many years, he had not even seen the television show that focused on his life. Most of the footage you see in Tiger King of Joe was filmed years before for other sources and other things. They were going to do a documentary on Joe.
So they stole his documentary.
See this today.
Huh?
So they stole his documentary, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Footage in his vault. Probably just sold all the footage to Netflix. Netflix clipped it together, made it a thing, and every guy. I mean, can you imagine how much money that thing made? It was.
There's no telling because Netflix is like hush hush kind of.
I remember when somebody like, gosh, it was like, yeah, it was right around, yeah, right when it dropped on Netflix. A coworker of mine was like, have you seen Tiger King on Netflix? And I'm like, I don't even know who the F
That's
that
how I
is.
was, bro.
What is that?
I watched
Tiger
it
King.
after the hype, and I watched the whole thing all the way through.
Yeah. Because I just got done watching that Chris Watts documentary on Netflix. You know, because I was like, whoa, what's this? So then I watch the Tiger King thing, and I was like sucked in, man. I had to binge watch that shit. That shit was wild. I was like, man, this is crazy shit. And then all of a sudden you hear that Tiger King 2 or whatever they called it came out again. And it was like an update or whatever. I don't really remember that one like I do the first one. But, man, I remember that thing just – that's all you heard about. Tiger King, Tiger King, Tiger King, Tiger King. I can't imagine all the money that made.
I bet it was over a
I
lot.
don't know. I wonder. Let me see. Let me look it up. How much did Tiger King make on Netflix? 34.3 million people in its first 10 days.
How much?
It had in its first, no, this is just people. In its first 10 days of release, 34.3 million people watched Tiger King in its first 10 days.
Jesus.
Impossible to say. Does not generate revenue off of per stream. There's come on, where's let me see here. Okay, Netflix's Tiger King would have earned, oh my gosh, would have earned 309 million in its first 10 days based off the statistics, based off of the views. Just on the first 10 days. Oh, it had to make shit tons. I guess Netflix, it's paid. It's. But come on, it's just like a stock. You know, if a stock's coming out hot and it's gonna be hitting hard. What the hell is this? Organized tabs. All right, let me see. It says so they're basically, I don't know, if people recanted, then how is he still in prison? Because it's not like a crime took place. If the people that were involved in getting him convicted come out and say, yes, it was a lie.
And that would,
Nobody did get hurt, so why wouldn't he get released? It's not like there was somebody that did get hurt. It's one thing if somebody gets hurt. Hey, you
or
know,
the plot was 100% factual,
we need to go through this.
but they're recanting all their statements.
Yeah, if nobody got hurt and he just ended up getting convicted, and the people that he is in jail for, he wasn't doing it or wasn't guilty of what he was found guilty of, nobody got hurt, why isn't he out? That's what I don't understand. Why do they need to do this if the people themselves are saying that it's not true? Or maybe they admitted it in another location and they didn't realize that it was being recorded or something, you know, like a sting operation or something where
Yeah.
they're at, like, you know, Taco Bell or something, and they're like, yeah, man, so did you really? No, we didn't do that, you know, something like that where they don't know. Then I could see you having to go through the court process, because you got to get them people on the stand and testify that they made up yeah, that's true too, Charity. Some people that get murdered get less time in jail than 21 years. Be interesting. I mean, if you're gonna make up shit like that, they should have to serve as much time as he served
And then
until
some.
he gets out. Yeah, they should have to serve exactly what he served plus, just for lying about it. Don't
What's
do
it-
no Jesse Smollett shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I had racist people attack me on the fucking street corner. The next thing you know, he was just pissed because he wasn't getting paid as much as his other co-stars on a show, having a baby fit, and then he wants to make shit up. Like, and then look, slap on the wrist. That's why when people are like, "You should just he made a mistake," it's like, shut the fuck up. Own the fuck up. Don't sit there and fucking do shit like that in the first place. You know?
Yeah,
Anybody can go out there and say, I got attacked and this and that. And come on now. When you had people out there, like officers looking for this person that supposedly attacked you, you had people like, that's money. That you're taking away. What if there was like somebody that got shot because an officer didn't get there in time because they were too busy looking for the fake fucking attacker? That's some bullshit.
It was like being baited.
They're just letting him go with the slap on the wrist.
You got railroaded because typically if you get like 3 people to say the same thing, I guess it don't take much. Yeah, he should be free, but you also got to get people to admit they're wrong. Well, like as far as like the legal system, I don't know. There's got to be more to it than what. Besides them just saying, you know what I mean? No.
Yeah.
It's just weird because you would think it's like, okay, where's the proof? Like actual proof.
Yeah, like where's the text message? Hey, I'll get you the money next week. Tim Stark. I don't recall that name. Do you, Trey?
Stark?
With Tiger King? Yeah, Tim Stark. Tim Stark. Busby says,
Is that the chunky little dude?
Tiger King Stark found liable for taking money
Oh, what the hell?
from nonprofit. Oh, I'm sure it was freaking
Oh, animal sanctuary.
dude, it was wild. There's some substances flying around that place. You could tell.
Dude, everybody's zooted as shit.
Dude, yeah, you could tell. Nobody could stay still, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like a
that's
little bit of teeth,
time.
little bit of teeth grinding. We got some tigers running around. And it's like, yeah, good morning, y'all.
That's It's not creamer in the coffee.
No,
no,
no, everybody's zooming.
it's in a creamer container, but it's not creamer.
Yeah, the pipe.
Oh shit!
That's funny. It's sad, bro. It's sad as shit. But it's like
It's
at the same time, if you don't poke fun, it's like you can tell everybody's running around hopped up. You got tigers, you got adrenaline, and on top of it, you got some amphetamines. It's like what could go wrong? What could possibly go wrong?
Hey, it blends in real good with coffee.
Yeah, you gotta have caffeine on top of it.
Just you just got to make people, when they come in and they want some French vanilla, you got to make sure you tell them, make sure you get the
I want one of
sugar
those-
free.
The
Don't-
special coffees.
Don't get the French vanilla that's not sugar free. You don't want it. It's not good for you. Make sure you get the sugar free kind. Because the other stuff, it ain't French vanilla.
Yeah, you don't want to crash later.
Oh gosh, or stay up for days.
Yeah, it's my
All
new
right.
my new roommate ice pick.
Yeah, there you go. Oh my gosh. All right, so that's crazy. Convicted or sentenced 2018 jury trial. Convicted 2019. Show comes out in early 2020. So they basically probably had to wait until the trial was done.
Yeah.
After the trial was done, they were probably already in talks with Netflix already, but they couldn't officially make anything on paper or have any kind of contractual agreement until after the trial was done. And then after that, they basically had a year's time to edit it, which they did a great job editing it. Basically had a year's time to edit it to be able to showcase it. It makes me wonder like how much they didn't get, because we didn't know who Joe Exotic was. Nobody, like, it's not like Joe Exotic was a well-known person,
YouTuber or anything like that.
right? So I can't see Netflix but only giving them maybe $50K, something small, dude.
Depends how they. Yeah, because sometimes media
It has to
corporations
be
can come
something
at
small
you if
because
you've
they-
never.
Yeah, they would have to be like, how do we promote this? Yeah, this is a crazy freaking dude out in the middle of nowhere, but nobody knows who he is. There's no. It could literally have been a flop as much as it was a success,
Oh, bro, they had to have known.
right? So
producers-
it had to be a low offer.
But you would definitely lowball because if you get enough people that are on film, because the way Netflix like portrayed it, you had them talking on camera, so you know they had to have been paid by Netflix. And like you said, it's probably 50 grand, something low, but enough.
No, this was all done. Dude, this was all done. Netflix didn't have to do shit but clip and paste.
I thought that was them talk.
No, this is them. This maybe the part 2, but
It
the
might have been
part
the part
1,
two.
the part 1 was already produced. It was Joe Exotic's company
Oh
that
my
was
god!
making a documentary about him. They were the ones that were asking Joe questions, and
So who?
his own fucking media company was doing it. And before they were done, that's when Joe got charged for this crime, then got sent to jail because the footage is part of the property of the zoo. Whoever got property of the zoo got the zoo, the chairs, the footage, the TVs, the vases,
Well,
the,
Jeff Lowe got
the
the zoo.
animals. Like,
Jeff Lowe
So
had
then-
the zoo.
yeah, so all Netflix had to do was basically clip and paste and put it on Netflix. They
That
didn't
makes
have to do
sense.
nothing except editing. That's it.
Yeah, so all the film, everything was done.
Everything was done. The interviews were done, the footage, the storyline, all of it. All Netflix had to do is just
Bro, that's like being
chop it
handed.
here and cut it here and splice it together.
That's like being handed a gold mine. And everything's already out of the mine. You just got to get the trucks to load it up, and then ship it out.
Yeah, but nobody knew who Tiger King was, so I could see them saying like, yeah, we got some crazy footage. Here, we'll give you $50K. It may be something, it may not be something.
Oh, it's
Because
Netflix,
how are
though.
you supposed to? How would you know? That it's going to have 300 million or 35.5 or 34 million people watching it in 10 days on Netflix. How do
We
you know?
got-
There might not be anybody wanting to watch. They're like, they watch 10 minutes and they're like, this shit's too stupid. And they
We
move
got there's statistics and stuff though, like media. So you got Netflix for the platform. So like they have numbers of like what,
Yeah.
just like YouTube. They had to have an idea, but they probably didn't know it was going to be that big, I guess.
Well, nobody knew. Like, how would you know? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, as people, you could be like, yes, this has potential,
And then
but
it bombs.
nothing is ever 100%.
Yeah. You've had stuff flop before where it's like the producer's like, this is it. This is going to be the next big thing. And then no one likes it.
And then, when it could have been, or think about like a movie that sucks when it comes out of the theater, but 10 years later,
Then all of a sudden it's a hit.
people are like, yeah, it could be one of those things. So Netflix, they're not going to drop a whole bunch of money on
Yeah, they're
something,
not into one thing.
and they can't even control it anymore because the dude's in prison. So all they could do was make of what they had. They could not recreate. Hey, we need you to sit down, Joe, and talk about this for this part. They couldn't do it.
The timing also probably helped during the pandemic.
Yeah, to keep everybody
entertained.
Oh yeah. But I still think even without the pandemic, I think it would have. Shit was wild. I almost feel like watching it again in my own personal time.
I started watching it.
Go back to it, man. This was crazy.
That's been like 4 years ago since I watched it.
So there was a lot of stuff going on at that time in the world, and
watching it again and getting caught back up to speed, and then watch the second one.
Yeah, it would be. I almost want to watch it again. All right, let's see what this lawyer says. And maybe, I don't know, we might have to follow it over at the True Crime Channel, man.
I mean, it is true crime, 150%.
It is like we might have to do it at the True Crime Channel. Do a Joe. You know what, dude? We should. When you have a. What do you have? What do you got for nights off coming up?
Should be Thursday. Hold on a minute. What is today? Today's Tuesday. I should be off Thursday and Friday.
All right.
I'll have to double check when I get to work, but it should be this Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, let me know, because we should, dude. We should, on a night off, we should do a night show over on our True Crime, going through all the Joe Exotic shit, dude. Bring it, the court doc, this thing, going through this. Maybe I might actually read through it and kind of jot down some key.
Carol was in it.
Some key parts in these, huh?
He tried to get rid of me.
Yeah.
Damn. Talk about being railroaded, man. From a bunch of soul suckers.
I should reach out to Joe Exotic.
Bro, ride him. He's probably bored as hell.
See if we could have a call.
Yeah.
Where
I'll put money on his books. I don't know if that's
where we could talk to him. No, like where we could talk to him and be like, dude, like like all these questions that we're asking each other, we could be asking him and be like, like, how did the jury?
I mean, that's an honest question.
How did the jury do this? Like, what was this paper trail? Like all these different things,
Probably had my cousin Vinny as a lawyer.
I don't know. He's got this guy right here. But Busby said Trump's gonna pardon him. When is he supposed to pardon him?
Yeah. Doing it and then talking about it as one. Yeah. Two different
No,
things.
I ain't got time for letters, man. I got time for a phone call. Like we'll pay the freaking
$5 a minute or however much it is.
$5 a minute or whatever. Yeah, it's
What
probably
prison
way more than
to?
that by now. I don't.
He was in Florida prison.
I don't know. Let me see. Just go to Joe Exotic TV and you'll see the Joe Exotic Truth about Tiger King, January 2025. It just got posted like a week or two ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. He's got some music videos on there too, and you know it's not him singing, but
Yeah, the country.
but,
When I first seen that, I was like, damn, his voice really changes.
no, his voice don't. But yeah, you go to that and I think it says the prison, or wait, hold on. Does
You
it
said
say
the
right
real Joe
here?
Exotic?
Joe Exotic TV. His sentence was reduced from 22 years to 21 years in 2022. So
What a slap in the face.
let me see here. Okay, Fort Worth Medical Center. What? A medical center?
He has cancer.
Oh, damn. So he's gonna pass soon?
I think it's prostate cancer. If I remember correctly.
What? Huh. I didn't know that.
He's got to be older than that. How old is he?
I don't know. Hold on. Oh yeah, right here, 61. Was diagnosed with prostate cancer and contracted scabies. While in prison, his health has deteriorated. Wow. I didn't know that. That was... So that must have been in 22. Also convicted of 8 counts of violating the Lacey Act for falsifying wildlife records. And 9 counts of violating the Endangered Species Act.
I can't find him listed.
Oh, so he must have got... What's up, K-Mac? Tammy? He must have got... he must have got that many years based off of how many animals, I bet. That's why
it was a
it's
combo,
long
wasn't it?
ass. Yeah, look, he was convicted of 8 counts of violating the Lacey Act for falsifying wildlife records and 9 counts of violating the Endangered Species Act. So maybe the 20-some years was like a combo for all. Because didn't you say it was like 9 tigers or something?
Something like that. They've dug him up.
That's probably why. It's a shorter period of time for one, but multiple. They just stack them together. Man, so he's actually serving time in a medical center because of his health. That's crazy.
In Fort Worth, Texas. But I can't find him listed on the BOP's list.
I'll just leave a comment on one of his videos. Or write an email to one of his team or people or something.
Here I got the you can't call him though.
No, I'm not gonna contact him directly. I'm gonna contact his people.
I have
'Cause
a
they'll get it done quicker.
journalist and media inquiries email.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it would be.
Here, I'll send it to you.
Media inquiry.
Copy.
Because I'm already going to talk about this at the other channel. Cool, thank you.
And then donate. Oh. So he is still under BOP, but he's not listed like on their inmate lookup.
Yeah, his team will. It'll happen a lot quicker with the people on the outside. You know.
I wonder how much it costs to talk.
I don't know. It can't be that long, but maybe 15 minutes or something. It can't be a crazy long call. So,
oh, it's 6 cents. It's video calls are 16 cents a minute, and audio calls are 6 cents a minute.
yeah, but it would cost more from their team.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna want money for him.
We'll arrange it.
You know, I mean, if they would do it where the cost is just the prison call, that'd be sweet because it helps both. But I don't see them. I see them trying to.
Yeah.
I'm just being, not that it's wrong or anything. I'm just.
No, I understand. I wouldn't blame
I see them wanting some kind of something per minute
compensation.
yeah, kind of thing. Yeah, let me see. Let's see what this guy says here. This is his lawyer. So he was sentenced and convicted before the docuseries was even known to anybody.
2018 at the time it came out. In fact, for many years, he had not even seen the television show that focused on his life. Most of the footage you see in Tiger King of Joe was filmed years before for other sources and other things. They were going to do a documentary on Joe. Obviously, and I think you're going to see this today, the entire murder for hire deal made for a better television show than just the regular documentary. But something you'll find out today during this press conference that's very clear is Joe Maldonado, Joe Exotic, did not hire anyone to murder anyone. The timing of this today is important because Joe wants President Trump, that has spoken about this in the past, to once again hear these facts and bring his plight to the public eye. He's sitting in a federal prison medical facility in Fort Worth right now. I visited with him, obviously. He's in good spirits, but he's also very, very disappointed that with what I'm about to tell you, his case has not gotten more attention or treatment where he's free today. Joe Exotic needs to be free. My involvement in this matter began when I met some people that were very close to Joe, that had filmed him as far back as 2012 and had known him for many years, and kind of brought to my attention that I'd never known facts about Joe's conviction that were absolutely disturbing to me. I'm only going to talk about 3 of those main points today. If you want to see any of the evidence that backs this up, the videos, the documents, they're all on joeexoticofficial.com. And the actual court filings, the videos, the recordings I'm going to discuss are posted at that address. You can go and see them for yourself. Point 1 today. He was convicted of a murder for hire, except there's a problem with that. No one was killed. No one was paid. And no one, except for Joe, was ever charged. That includes the alleged hitman. That doesn't make any sense. So how did we ever get here? Well, that's point 2. It's the witnesses that were presented against Joe. The main witnesses against Joe were Alan Glover and James Garrison. Both of these gentlemen were promised deals and given leniency in prosecution, as well as a guy named Jeff Lowe, who was not called as a witness, was absolutely critical in the prosecution of Joe, were all promised deals by the government. These deals were not written. They weren't documented deals. They were promised deals, and you can see the effects. We see the effect today simply from the fact that none of these individuals have been charged with any of the crimes related to this. Further,
so they all made up this thing to cut deals to get off on their own shit.
Yeah, a bunch of cutthroats, and they made it all up.
They all conspired to save their own ass. Wow.
And
yeah,
the government
bro,
was
we
in on
definitely
it.
need to do it. We need to do a show about this at the other at our
Bro,
other, you know.
does his lawyer have a big old thing of like Levi Garrett in? It looks like it. I'm all for freeing Joe Exotic because that's some murder for hire.
Dude.
But nothing ever actually took place. No money exchange. How do you even have a crime?
Dude.
It's all conspiracy. Like there's not even a like.
And they were getting off their own.
Dude, the conspiracy is they conspired against him.
Yeah.
Dude, and he's in prison. That makes more sense. That's messed up.
And his health is going down ever since he got there. 7 years. This didn't mean we're not trying to. I was when I brought up Joe Exotic, I wanted to talk about the little Christmas song he came out with.
I know that's what I was thinking about. The
like
fun
it was,
stuff.
Yeah. But damn, this turned into a true crime clip. the last hour.
Man.
It is. I didn't even realize. If I would have known it was like this, shoot, we would have already been having a show on it over there. So we'll recap all of this stuff right here and then
we'll
kind
break
of
it
go
down
into
better.
the other stuff like the court docs and stuff. I think, yeah, for sure, man. Got to do it. Maybe Friday night or something.
We'll do it. We'll probably have to have a couple shows.
Part 1 and 2.
Because there's a lot. Like,
yeah. And I'm gonna do some digging too. I gotta find a bunch of Joe Exotic shit because this is wild. There's got like the interview. I want to list. I want to get a playlist of all the freaking, because Joe Exotic said that like Jeff Lowe and all these people were all over Channel 5, Oklahoma City news, spreading this and spreading that, and all over these articles. And I want to like sit there and see.
Bro.
I want to read this conspiracy.
Carol and her husband, her current husband, were talking about, or they hired a person to call malls to have them not allow Joe to show up and like exhibit the tigers. So like the funding and stuff started going downhill.
I wonder why they all had this hatred against him.
Competition, I don't know.
Well, that too, but
it's a scary world, man. I think it's because they couldn't beat him. They had to get rid of him. And what better way to have him incarcerated?
Well, it's like his lawyer came out and said he's a gay gun-toting hillbilly.
Yeah, in certain areas, if you live in, they probably didn't like the fact that he was gay. Plus, he's got all these tigers, got some good-looking young men hanging around, and they didn't like that in their parts. I guarantee it's like a railroad effect. I mean, prime
I don't
example.
know.
He's in prison.
Something. This is gonna be wild, and
This
it's
could
just
be deeper too.
this is
Like, what
this-
about the feds?
12 days ago this came out, so there's got to be. Man, I can't wait to read those transcripts.
It'd be interesting.
Not, yeah, because then we're gonna actually see like.
What if you read through the whole thing and you're like, it's a bunch of like BS. Like it just don't add up to what the conviction is. That's my guess. Like it's gonna be hearsay and BS is what I'm thinking.
Beach Bell said CJ, maybe Joe got the best coffee creamer.
Oh my god, dude! Joe Exotic's coffee or coffee creamer. That'd be a good one. That'd be some good publicity for him. That's what he needs to do. He needs to copyright some coffee. People love coffee. Oh my god, dude! I drink some coffee called Tactisquatch.
Oh,
Think of one like Joe Exotic all hopped up with like an eyeball sticking out.
he's got the best creamer on the block.
Dude, yeah, Joe Exotic's coffee creamer. Have like the jungle effect around. Oh my god, that's like beautiful marketing right there. And you have Joe Exotic right on the front. That's a seller.
It's like pouring diamonds out of a container. It glistens in the light.
Yeah, 1,200 milligrams of caffeine per shot.
Yeah, creamer rocks.
Caffeine creamer. Oh man,
It'll-
Jack
It'll
creamer
be like
rocks.
the rocks. It'll be like the rocks candy.
Joe Exotic's creamer rocks.
You just pour them in your coffee, watch it fizzle.
And zoom for the rest of the day.
It's like the froth on a beer.
Dude, the advertisement and the marketing is already done. They just got to get it on the shelves. He'd have enough money. He'd have enough money to. You don't tell. That's a good idea.
Yeah, rock creamer.
Joe Exotic's rock creamer.
Let it fizzle first.
It could be like the little bubble. Let it fizzle. With the little word.
Oh shit! Like Mentos.
Oh yeah, it's gotta have an effect.
Coke.
Little
With
chemical,
Coca-Cola.
little chemical reaction. That way you know you got the good stuff.
Yeah, then don't fizzle. It ain't real.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's that knockoff stuff.
if it don't fizzle, it ain't rizzle. Oh shit! There's the slogan on the can. If it don't fizzle, it ain't rizzle.
Yeah, he needs a media marketing person. He might be in prison, but he could at least get some money to help with those legal fees.
All right, let's listen to. Oh shoot!
Admitted to this.
Oh fuck!
Further, all of them have now admitted that they perjured themselves when they were talking to the government. I know that sounds crazy, but if you'll look at the website I talked about, the actual recordings are there where these guys sit down and say, when I testified before the jury that Joe told me to do this, and Joe said to kill that, and Joe said he'd pay me this, I lied. Says it that plainly. It's a
Damn, so the audio recordings are on the website that he's referring
Jesus.
to of them saying this. Oh yeah,
And
Yeah,
they're
we
not
did.
being admitted.
yeah. We definitely got to do a show on this in a couple days for sure, dude. Audio recordings, transcripts.
Everything. I'll do some
All
more
of it.
research.
Yeah, me too. And then we'll get together and have a banger show on Thursday or Friday. For sure. I was going to say maybe Friday, man.
Thursday. Friday would be good. Or
Yeah.
either, probably Friday since I'm off Thursday.
Yeah.
There's no telling what happens Thursday.
Yeah, we'll do like Friday night, Joe Exotic, true crime, digging through it all.
You're in the jungle,
Transcripts.
baby.
You're going down. This guy, though, he seems pretty
Joe.
damn serious.
Dude, isn't it crazy though? Like how when the Netflix thing came out, it kind of like just weird. Like they thought Like the timing for the release of that, he's incarcerated, so he can't really do much.
Can't do nothing. It's
Yeah.
not even his property. Ain't that some shit? It's got
Not even $1, bro.
all about you and
Poor guy.
it's not even your because of this right here. Because of this, he wouldn't have lost it if it wasn't for this. So man, these people not only saved their own ass but came up.
Yeah, because of him.
Came up, yeah.
Wow. So like and the combo, they would have never even been heard of hardly, except for the hold on a minute, Evil Knievel's dude. He was like working for them or something.
Well, it's a good thing that they did a Netflix documentary because he probably would have been sitting in there the rest of his damn life if there wasn't.
Oh, dude, it would have got. Look at how little traction it's gotten. Like, I know he's possibly going to get out or whatever, hopefully, but he's still not out. And it's this big, like everybody, I don't say everybody, but everybody kind of knows who Joe Exotic is.
Yeah.
So if you're some dude in there that is innocent too, you have
like none of us knew who Joe Exotic was before Netflix.
No, until it dropped, I had no idea. I was like, who is this Tiger King y'all crazies are talking about? I was like, what do you mean the Tiger King?
If they wouldn't have done that with the footage, nobody would have known about it, and who knows? Maybe he wouldn't have. Trump would have been like, "Who the f is Joe Exotic? Joe Maldonado, blah blah blah. Who's this guy?" I'm not going to pardon him.
Yeah.
Now it's a good thing. So even though you got screwed, it is kind of saving you in the long run.
The same thing that got you, or the same group of people that got you in there, in a weird way, might be helping to get you out by Netflix releasing that documentary.
Yep.
In a weird cycle.
Yeah, because it brought attention. So he could have very well been, could have been sitting there. Is your cousin from the movie My Cousin Vinny?
My cousin Vinny.
Yeah, who's your cousin?
Which one?
I don't know. Is your cousin Vinny from the movie My Cousin Vinny?
Oh, no.
The cousin you were talking about.
I wish.
He wish.
I'd be set.
You can say all sorts of shit.
Yeah, we're cousins.
You wouldn't even you wouldn't even have to start off sometimes going, I don't want to be sued. You'd already know your cousin Vinny. He's got it on lockdown. Ain't nothing happening.
It's on lock.
Yeah, for sure. Prayers, Beach Bell. Yeah.
What happened?
She's having increased memory loss and problems with her eyesight again. Yes, prayers. All right, so he's saying these people admitted to lying, so there's recordings. So that's what I think. It was somebody probably sitting somewhere saying, hey, did you guys really do it? Yeah, we did this, not knowing they're being recorded.
Pay me this. I lied. Says it that plainly. It's amazing when the guys have said those sorts of things that Joe wasn't granted a new trial. It seems impossible, but you have to read these opinions and things for yourself to understand it's true. I'll take them one at a time. Alan Glover is the alleged hitman. Alan Glover testified to all of the details of trial that were necessary for Joe to be prosecuted for murder for hire, basically saying Joe paid him to go and murder Carol Baskin, and he gave a bunch of details. But then with every single detail that he gave, he later came back and recanted that, both in recorded statements and in an affidavit that was filed with the court where he said he perjured himself. Why did he do that? He perjured himself because he was worried and he was scared that he himself was going to be prosecuted. And he felt like if he did whatever the government wanted him to do, that he wouldn't suffer the consequences of his crime and he wouldn't be prosecuted. And so, frankly, he just made up lies about Joe. James Garretson, another gentleman who was in the government side. And the government and the government's informants worked with him saying they had to get the evidence on Joe. It was clearly, when you see the recordings that James Garrison made, it demonstrates that Joe was going along and agreeing with an idea that James Garrison had and Jeff Lowe had about murdering Carol Baskin, but he never intended to do anything about it himself. In fact, Alan Glover has gone so far as to say that Jeff Lowe actually hired him and wanted him to kill Joe Exotic and Carol Baskin. And there's a detailed recantation of exactly how he was going to do that in his video that is online. James Garrison made many, many recordings that were withheld during the prosecution of this case that would have exonerated Joe. One of the things that I thought was so insightful is a filing from the briefing in this case is we now know from undisclosed, newly discovered evidence that Garrison's government handlers scolded Garrison behind the scenes and even tried to alter the narrative that Garrison's recordings had established, because the recordings clearly show that this is Garrison's idea, and Garrison is desperate to get him to say something that will incriminate him. This is a quote from Garrison. Yeah, the government handlers, were getting on me about quit using us and we. That's what they were scolding me about. Quit using us and we. The government kept scolding Garrison that it can't be your idea. And Garrison admitted that they're telling me this over and over again. Joe's excuses over and over on why he didn't want to do this are very clear that he never had any motivation to go and kill Carol Baskin. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Foundation directed James Garrison to introduce Joe Maldonado to the government informant hitman that they allege Joe made these confessions to. But again, let's remember, never was given any money and no one was ever hurt. The third point that I think requires that Joe be freed is the government's involvement in this case. Joe's case was orchestrated by others, and the government was the conductor of that orchestra. I can use something that's close to home. I like others, I own animals, I own pets. We all love our animals. We all love them and we care for them. I believe Joe loved animals. I do think he's rethought maybe some of the ways they were kept and showed and those things now, and he's working closely with PETA to help stop other people from kind of the roadside zoos and the tiger shows and those sorts of things now. But I think that he loved animals. But Joe had basically a manager of the zoo, a gentleman named Rinke, who was there for over 10 years. The government never called him as a witness. They never used him as a witness. And in the government's prosecution of Joe for killing 5 tigers, you would think that was the guy that raised the tigers and trained them every day, that you would call as a witness. Mr. Rinke did an affidavit, again, newly discovered after the trial, where he said the USDA is the one that authorized the way to euthanize old and sick tigers, and all 5 of these tigers were old and sick. Further, as I stated earlier, the government continued to badger all the witnesses involved, Garrison, Lowe, and Glover, into implicating Joe while letting them off. And again, the clear evidence of that isn't here. They, for one example, made sure that DUI charges that were against Glover all of a sudden were lessened and basically went away. That's it. The kind of lengths the government went to help these guys to get Joe. Finally, it's admitted by the government, and there's recordings of them saying this, that they added the tiger charges, they added the wildlife charges about euthanizing the tigers simply to get Joe convicted on the murder for hire case because the case was so weak. They knew, and the quote on the tape, you can go listen to it yourself, it's something along the lines of, watching them dig up the tiger skulls will hit the heartstrings of these people and will make them less likely to look at how weak the evidence is in the murder for hire case. So we're here today to demonstrate this new evidence. We asked very directly to President Trump, and I ask you, listening and as a court of public opinion, free Joe Exotic. He does not need to be in prison. This is not a man that deserves to be there. He did not do what he's convicted of doing. He asked for a new trial. He wasn't granted one. At a minimum, he should be entitled to that. Look at the evidence yourself, make up your own mind. I appreciate everybody listening today. Thanks.
All right. So the government went after him. I'm all sorts of confused now.
It
'Cause
happens.
here
I've heard of
No.
conspiracies, but
Yeah, like I figured the conspiracy and that stuff was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But now listening to him and saying that the government, why would the government work with people that were already going to get convicted or in trouble of committing other crime? Something, I don't know, man. Something don't make sense here.
Something's
Why would the government want to protect people that were already doing shit to get in trouble?
I don't know.
Because that's what they're doing. Because these people, they could have picked anybody if they were really going after exotic. They could have picked anybody to plant to be the setup person and all that stuff. Why are they? It's like they're working with people that should already be in prison for doing something bad already, and they're going after somebody that didn't. So it don't make sense.
The truth will come out one way or another, especially if he gets freed.
It makes sense about the conspiracy with the other people. They had motive. He was competition. It don't make sense for the government to go after him. That's what I don't understand. Why would the government? What's their beef?
Or what's their MO?
Yeah, what's their issue? Maybe I don't know. Who knows? I mean, maybe it was a wild fucking place in there, and they had a lot of shit going on. You know, that creamer. And they were like, yo, this other stuff. This whole creamer shit's worse. I don't know. Then you think you would hear a whole bunch about drug charges, but you don't. It's just about the animal shit. So, but the people that were conspiring against him were in trouble for shit against humans, not animals. So is an animal worth more than a human, or is a human worth more than an animal? If it's down to that, and I would have to think a human is worth more than an animal, right? So wouldn't you go after the people that are attacking other humans instead of animals, and then go after the people that are attacking the animals next?
Yeah, from human beings down. I bet Joe knows.
Yeah, something don't make sense. Something don't make sense. All right. It's into the nooner. It's time to get out of here. It's been a fun show, man. Crazy though.
It's been an eye opener because I thought I knew more than what I than what I remember now, but I knew it was kind of I don't want to say shitty, but
I didn't know it was like this. This is pretty deep. There's a lot to it, a lot to get into, and we'll do that show Friday night. So Friday night, look for us to do a Joe Exotic true crime episode over at our true crime channels.
Friday be good.
Yeah, we'll dig through it all, the recordings, the transcripts. We'll figure this out. We'll make it make sense,
or at least try to make it make sense.
Oh well, I'm sure we'll be able to. We got a couple days of digging before Friday.
Or the combo of people had to have had some heavy stuff coming down
to make it. There's something more to it.
What's what I'm saying? They probably have a link besides Joe being the link. So Joe was their scapegoat to help the government get something, if that makes any sense.
I'm gonna reach out to his lawyer too.
Yeah, just see if there's anything he could comment on or something.
Yeah,
release,
or just come on the True Crime channel and
let's
help talk about it.
Help put it out there, help produce it, and then if he can make it make more sense.
Yeah, make it make sense for us too. Like, all the questions that we have. I have a lot of questions already, and we haven't even dug into shit yet. So
No,
I
we're
can
still on the
imagine all the
surface.
questions I'm gonna have. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna do that in the next day or two, and I'm gonna refer. I'll have maybe what I'll do is I'll reach out to all of those people after we have our notification set. I'll set it like tomorrow night or something.
Okay.
And then that way, what I'll do is when I reach out to these people, I'll tell them, if you have time, come check out this show that we're doing on Friday, and you can even see who we are, what we're discussing, how we're discussing it. Give them a feel of who we are and what we're about. And I think that would, who knows, maybe we could have the lawyer on there, somebody from the team come on, and we can.
Yeah, if they want to come up and then just break it
We
down.
could talk about, break it down, make it make sense, for sure. For sure, because this I don't know, shit's wild. So definitely have to look into it, especially when it's one thing if it's a conspiracy, but man, to have the government come after you, something's up.
Something deeper.
Yeah, something's up. All right, I'm gonna hop off here. You got to go to bed, bro.
Yeah,
I know.
I
You
gotta
still
get
been
some
up
Z's.
overnight. Yeah.
Yeah. Or I'll be up for days.
Yeah, I hear that. Well, we'll be back tonight over at the True Crime Channel, talking Idaho 4, going through different stuff, interviews, latest interviews from the family members, stuff like that, new docs and all that. Yeah, we'll see you then. And I can't wait to do this show on Friday. It's going to be interesting.
It's gonna be a good breakdown.
Yeah, and try and get some kind of justice, because doesn't sound like there was.
No, there's no justice. You just got railroaded, cut and dry, jury, boom, and convicted.
And then to have to maybe pass away in prison too. That's not cool.
Yeah,
That's
not
not
really. Not to have done anything to even be there. Not prison.
I wonder why Trump. Because so Busby says Joe is asking for a pardon, but Trump hasn't said. That's what I thought. Somebody came in chat last night, and said he was getting pardoned, but I couldn't find anything. And then somebody else typed it in chat today and said he was getting a pardon. But I've always heard him reaching out. That's why.
Yeah, I heard that part, and then nothing ever came of it.
Yeah, because I was gonna play that song for you guys, because I didn't even know it was like this deep. I was just
deep and twisted, and where's the truth lie is the thing. Like, what transpired besides people being shitty to put him in prison together? What is the real reason? You know what I'm saying? Like, to get him in prison, besides some competition and people. I don't know. There's got to be something deeper than that.
Yeah, I was just gonna play his song that he did for Trump, asking to get a pardon. But I don't know. It makes you wonder, like, why hasn't he? I don't know.
I mean, he has nothing to.
Maybe he didn't because he knows that it's gonna get overturned soon or something. It could be one of those things too. Like, yeah, I reached out, low key. I reached out to these people. They said, look, these things are gonna be
Make it right, or try to make it right.
Or save it just in case there's somebody else like on death row or something that is being falsely accused or something like that. So, yeah, who knows, man? But we'll dig into it. I'm sure it'll make sense after we start digging into different things and start kind of discussing it out.
I'm gonna read through the transcripts and see if anything this sticks out.
No, you need to get some sleep, because if you read them transcripts, you'll be up till 4 in the afternoon.
probably 4 in the morning.
Yeah. Nah, I guess I'm asleep.
I
I'm
don't
not even gonna read them yet. I'm gonna wait until tomorrow because that's a lot, and I got a lot of work to do before tonight's show. So I got to make sure that show's prepped first, and then I can worry about that other stuff. And then I got to try and take a nap because I didn't get no sleep either. Making that video last night.
We'll get some rest. Thank y'all for being here.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate you. Have a peaceful, positive day. And we'll see you on the next one.
See you, man.
Thank you, guys. See you later, buddy. Appreciate you.
You're welcome. Thank you.